Welcome back to Channel Devonity, the only show where a bunch of less than desirables play Dungeons and Dragons and drink copious amounts of cider with West Country accents. Ooh-ar!
Ooh-ar! You can't prove there isn't cider in this.
No, that's true. We can't. Don't forget, if you're enjoying the ride so far, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot, it helps us keep growing, and it would mean a lot to us if you would do that. Thank you very much. So, with that in mind, let's play Dungeons and Dragons. Let's see where this crazy ride that we call Channel Devonity takes us. Let's play.
Mysterious intro, yeah. I like it.
It's really mysterious.
That was really mysterious.
So, on the last episode, where did we get to, gang?
I almost drowned. Like
several
times. 3 times.
Yeah, a little bit of caving, spelunking.
Yeah, a little bit of poison.
Yeah.
Managed to catch myself a fish.
Yeah.
You got yourself a lovely little pearl, but even more importantly, you got yourself the best jar ever.
Yeah. Good jar.
Good jar.
Which Jackson lives in now.
Yeah.
And the life lessons you've learned are the main thing.
Yeah.
That's what you take forward.
Yeah. Managed to get into a village, finally. Only to find out chaos is ensuing.
Turns out they've run out of water.
Yeah, turns out.
Who would have guessed?
Turns out there's a big civil uprising because one bad dude who's sort of like the loan shark. He's sort of instilling sort of angst between everyone. So that's kicking off. So merchants trying to hide and not be stabbed. And then we've sort of taken it upon ourselves to go and try and solve this water issue for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
In return, we get passage to Basque.
Yeah. After
Fire.
we've sorted out this water issue and then done some kind of errand for.
Yeah, we have to drop
Take
off
something to
a package,
Basque,
Yeah.
but we're not going to find out what the package is until we're setting off.
He said that he's also going to provide you with 2 sandstriders.
Yes.
He did.
But not a cart. We have to get our own
Another
cart.
cart. A cart. Well, yeah. Well, you didn't ask, but you assume he said 2 sandstriders. He didn't say anything about a cart.
No.
So we've got to deal with that.
Optional extra.
But first of all, we've gone to the tavern. And we're
few drinks and,
staying there.
nice
We stayed there for the evening, and now we are getting up and sorting some shopping because I'm desperate for a pair of goggles because my eyes are just hurting.
Helps to swim as well.
Yeah, it helps with swimming as well. So, gonna sort that hopefully this morning. Get some provisions.
And make our way to the Pillar of Thirst.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Not the Tower of
Not
Power.
the Tower of Power, as I've been referring to it all day. Yeah, very
The
different
Pillar
thing.
of Thirst Traps.
Yeah. So
Truly great place.
it's a really wonderful place. So you've got to go there, sort that out. Hopefully it won't just be full of death. And hopefully it's just like a little dude just stood around like just
I don't know what happened here.
Just
We
in
just
case
like turn a valve.
Turn the valve back on.
Yeah.
Give a swift
you
kick
just
and
see
then
like
leave.
a little bolt that's slightly out. That's the problem.
Someone's left the garden
thanks very
hose
much.
on outside and it's just all pulled.
Have this giant diamond as thanks.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
No good to us.
Yeah. So hopefully
That's how it's going to go.
that's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the minute, the way everything else has gone, we're all slightly apprehensive, seeing as a lot of people have died. Supposedly.
Not by your hands, though.
No.
Which is good.
Supposedly, a lot of people have gone to investigate this,
Yes.
not returned, and then other people have gone out to see what's happened to them, and they haven't returned either. So,
It's all a big party and it's fine.
so the chances
Every time out
are
there.
they're
Someone
either all
spiked the
stood in
tower.
a circle like Southwest Water trying to watch one guy fix it,
Ooh, calling
or
This episode is not endorsed by itself as well.
This show will never
And after
be
that,
so we're hoping it's nothing, but chances are there's a big problem.
Yeah, but it's on
And
water.
if it looks like there's an electrical problem, you can always try Atkins Electrical.
no job too small.
But some too big.
Yeah, no mystery left unsolved.
As long as I can fit the problem in my mouth, chew on it for a few minutes.
So I think that's where we stand. If I've missed anything,
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's definitely all the important points.
Yeah.
that's what we're up to now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, right before the end of the session, that bastard fucking slammed off the cap for the water that the merchants were taking away.
Josiah the Lacaean, yes, he
He's
took off the stopcat and
yeah.
water spilled everywhere.
Yeah, I
on the
noticed he
aqua
didn't
flood.
aim it into the well first.
no, he was being a dick.
Just poured it onto
Just-
the grass.
It's a bit of a free-for-all, people just
Yeah.
go for water.
There you go. Get it before it sinks into the dust.
Thanks, mate.
Everyone get your sticks out, we're going to have to Bear Grylls all the water back.
Yeah.
It's very, meat's back on the menu, boys, kind of event.
So that's
Water's back on the menu,
Yeah,
boys.
boys.
And
Boys.
no, it's not. Because it's in the sound.
I believe that's what we're up to. I think last session we left it that we were all going back to the tavern, have some dinner, and then go to sleep. So in the morning we could get a move on it.
Nice early start.
Okay, so with that in mind, we will take it from the moment that you walk into the tavern on that busy night.
Nice.
So the door opens wide.
It's on fire.
The tavern's flooded.
Only if we had some water.
So yeah, the tavern is rife with chatter and patrons this night. All seems to be kind of talking of the intrepid adventurers who promised to go and resolve the issue. And as you walk back into the establishment and open that door, and that's the scent of musty meats and thick alcoholic beverage spillages all over the tabletop.
Spillage is pillage.
Some of the patrons keep quiet, and they look over your way, and then just as you enter, they all raise their tankards and go, "Hurrah!"
Done nothing yet, have we?
Off my caveat.
Yes, I think they're slightly ahead of themselves.
It appears like they have some expectations.
Yes.
I'm sure we'll live up to them.
Well,
What are you talking about?
I mean, if they want to buy us a few drinks, I ain't going to say no.
Good thinking, Tim.
The raising of gas is normally more of a celebration. When someone's completed something, coming of age, a birthday,
General good news.
Yes.
going to solve
Birthday.
Yeah,
I have one of those.
going to solve,
You know
why
what
they've
a
got
birthday
no
is?
water.
Yes.
When is your birthday, Non?
What day is it today?
Tuesday.
Yes.
Excellent. I'll remember that.
Well, as it's your birthday, Norm, I guess I better get around it. So, yeah, I'll head over to the bar to get Norman his birthday round.
Marcus Child.
But you're getting a whole round, or you're getting a round
I think I'll get around for
I'll just sound like, it's Norm's birthday as well.
So you do see if there is a table available, but there's a few people, a few of the locals have literally just stood up, moving their robes from one side to the other, heavy set robes, and they just begin to drift out of the tavern just as you've slipped in. You head off to the main actual tavern, the bar, and standing at the bar is Dajuan, the barkeep and proprietor. He turns around and looks over to you.
Is he the cool?
Yeah, he's the cool.
He's the room guy.
He is the bar. Yeah, he's the guy that I wrote down. So
Yes.
he must be cool.
He must.
Yeah, you're back.
Yes, yes, we were talking of lodging earlier
Yes.
for this evening. Is that still...
The room is still available, yes.
if I could book that'd be lovely for this evening. I'll pay for it, obviously.
For the 5 of you.
Yes.
I think we said before it would be 3 gold.
Yes, 3 gold's fine. And a round of drinks for everyone. It's Norm's birthday, you see, so a bit of a celebration.
Oh, we had the birthday boy give you a little flash over. A little flash over? Ooh. A little flash and smile.
Oh, he did say that Tubby was on fire.
It's his birthday after all.
Birthday shot!
Yeah, so,
Short.
round of drinks would be lovely. I think we're going to sit at that table over there. Just gesture to the open table.
Absolutely. And you want food as well?
Yes, I just sort of look over everyone and I'm like, yes, I think food's on. I think Moss is a big fan of slabbish meat. Norm's a big fan of eggs. We got eggs. We'll take eggs.
Eggs.
Yeah.
You don't notice, but there's a little goblin next to you. Oh, I followed you over.
Oh, okay.
You heard slabby meat.
He's like, yes. And I'm like, oh. Yes, Moss is here. Yeah, so Fenrir doesn't seem very picky with what he eats anyway, so I think that's fine. And last time we all ate together, I think Zeal just picked bits through it, so...
How about I bring you over some Odescan cuisine and some chunks of meat?
Sounds perfect, yes.
Fantastic. If you're curious, the Odescan cuisine, it's a delicacy here. Dates, dried nuts, wheat, barley, rice, and some lovely slabs of meat thrown in as well.
Yes, I think that would be more than acceptable with everyone. I looked down at Moss, I'm like...
Oh yeah, I like the sound of the last bit, especially.
Yes. Yeah, so...
Then it will be. So Odescan cuisine does run at 1 gold.
That's fine, so 5 of those, a round of drinks, and the room, so...
Let's call it 9 gold.
9 gold, so...
Okay,
You got it.
go.
This one on.
Seeing as I've got loads of gold.
Alright.
I'll send Frida over with your drink shortly.
Thank you. I have no idea what he said. He said, I'll feed her.
He said he'll send a Frida over.
A Frida? Okay. I was like, Jesus.
Right, alright.
I'll send a feeder over. I'm like, I've already got that problem. Thanks anyway. I tell her, Moss,
Yeah.
I think they're all going to be bored over, so I guess we'll just rejoin everybody.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna try and tap this guy for a little info first.
Okay, I don't think you'll reach over the bar.
Can you put me up on that stool?
Yeah. Moss up.
What? Hello.
He just sees you get lifted over. Hello, little one.
Hello, son. Right. Now, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
The big money guy who is trying to take all the water away. People.
The merchant.
Yeah. People around here don't like him very much. Is that right?
Yes, right. They do not like him.
So, if something happened to him, everyone would be alright with that.
Everyone here would be fine. Your only real problem would be the Jadizran authorities.
But they're in...
Yes, they are in Jadizra, but the word gets back.
Right. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you very much.
Be careful out there, everyone.
I'm listening to this conversation like... I was trying to kill someone.
Are you saying that out loud?
No, just thinking it and just like, oh, good lord. Just pick him up, put him back down again. I'm like, we'll be leaving now. It's like, oh, holy shit. I've just been partying to a murder.
As you enter, he watches you both leave the bar and head back to the table, and he's just cleaning an empty glass.
As we're walking back, no, I know what you're thinking. It ain't like that. Just my gold pouch is feeling a little light, that's all.
Oh. Yes, merchant, gold. Yes.
And he was quite moneyed.
Yes, true.
He was indeed quite money.
Yes,
Quite money.
It was quite money, yes. I'm starting to think, though, as we are heading towards his direction, it might not be the wisest idea if we get caught. But, you never know.
He said we.
Well, I swear we only due to the fact that I was party to that conversation, and judging by the law, that makes me an accessory. So, but I think we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
We'll
get to it soon, don't worry.
Yeah, first of all, I think we better sort this water issue out, seeing as we seem to be everyone's favourite flavour at the minute. And coming back with no water, we might not be quite so delectable for these people.
Probably not.
No. Well,
Coming back at all is quite favourable, though.
Yes, coming back is quite favourable. I see everyone sort of made themselves at home and seen Norm's just like lied on one bench seat all to himself. Like, Norman, do you mind sitting?
You catch me right at the end of talking, not with Fenrir, more at Fenrir, and that's why I missed the crime guy.
He was a character, Nom, you're alright. What an interesting guy. Maybe we'll cross paths together.
What do you say, Vivatorum?
Yes, I was more just saying that it's quite nice to hear my own name, actually. Range of danger has become somewhat of what I'm called in this party. Eyeballing the shit out of you.
I thought that was just your last names.
Yes, it's for a range of danger. Yeah, a bit of a mouthful, yes. Yes. But no, all I was saying is, got the birthday round in and meat, and I think the eggs aren't on the menu, but I do apologise. It might be more of a breakfast thing. So, but you know, I did my best, Norman. I'm sorry. And then just sit down.
After a few moments, a feeder, not a feeder, but a feeder.
I was expecting a feeder.
Bringing us food, right? So she currently is a feeder. A feeder, the feeder.
That's right.
You just sit there
a
with your mouth
feeder, the
open.
feeder. So this dark-skinned woman dressed in orange fantastical robes. She has a lovely golden necklace that just hangs, but it's lots of sort of ceremonial sort of patterns and insignias on this necklace. And she seems average attraction, sort of the very average citizen here, and she has a black turban that's wrapped around her head, where it looks like she keeps her hair like free while she's working at the bar. Free? No. Secure.
Free is the opposite.
I'm really good at words tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The free hair feeder.
Yeah.
The free
hair feeder, yeah. So, did we ever come to a conclusion of why everyone was wearing like headdress? Is that a religious thing?
So you haven't asked. You were not entirely sure.
I'd imagine it's more to do with being in the desert and
Yeah.
sunstroke.
Yeah. Okay.
Frida heads to the bar. No, heads to the bar. Heads to your table.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
You know we were joking about that cider thing?
Yeah, definitely a few. She heads to your table with a tray in hand, full with the most marvellous ales you can see for a mile. I'm trying to make up for the lack of...
Yeah, doing good, man.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Yeah. And she places the tray on the table with a big thud. And you see some of the ale just spill over the top of the tankers as she grabs one and begins to hand it out to each of you.
At least water's easy to come by.
And she just gives you a very, very sullen look. It's maybe not the time to make jokes of water loss when we are...
We're allowed to make the jokes.
thirsty.
We're gonna go get it.
I'm sorry. Excuse my friend, he's just a little nervous around beautiful women. It's a habit of his. Honestly, he gets a bit flustered, if you know what I mean.
Oh. Well, yes.
I mean, a lady such as yourself, you can see, you're clearly flustered him. Don't worry, take no attention. He's just mixing his words a little bit. He'll be fine. When did his charisma go through the fucking roof?
Give me a persuasion roll.
Someone's gonna get laid! That's 21.
Real persuasive. It's just the way he's wearing his hat right now.
Yeah. It's just the charisma hat.
The charisma cap.
I have a +4 to charisma at this point.
No, you see like a little flush of red cheeks as she sort of gives you a quick glance and well, I suppose your bad joke is well, it's your attempt at humouring and lightening the mood. Maybe I misunderstood.
Well, we're going to try and fix the water, you see, and I thought it'd be witty, but turns out I was wrong.
Anyway, your ales. I have 2 room keys. I believe you wish to book a room.
Yes, thank you.
Each room houses 3.
That's
in total.
That's splendid. One of us can starfish then.
Jackson gets a bed.
Jackson, take him out of the thing and put him on a bed, and I'm like, see you in the morning. He's like,
Put him on the pillows, the quilt.
Good night,
Jackson.
It's just like in the morning, like,
Who died?
Tragedies happened. Jesus Christ, he's been murdered. It's how he would have wanted to go.
How are we going to be the Jackson 5 without Jackson?
Jackson, no spot.
You shouldn't have said anything. You know better.
This is on you.
This is on you. So yes, I'll take the 2 room keys. Thank you very much.
She hands the 2 room keys to you. I bring your food shortly. And then she spins on her heel and heads back towards the kitchens.
I'm currently trying to see off a pint in one, but failing miserably. Half of it's running down my head. I'll break away from drinking and quickly go wide-eyed and stare at Viatorum. So, who's going to be staying with who tonight?
Yes.
Who gets to stay with the birthday boy?
Yes.
Birthday.
It's probably a good idea, seeing as I only get 4 hours meditation a night, that I stay with the birthday boy, just so I can roll him on his side in case he throws up in his sleep. So I think me and Norm, and then the 3 of you going to take the other room? I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I just hand friend.
There you go, Norman. Room to yourself, kind of.
I hold on
Special
to one
treat
key,
just for you to.
and I give Fenrir the other key.
Okay.
Are they adjacent rooms?
Yeah, so the numbers sound... Well, you haven't actually been to the rooms yet, but it sounds like they're going to either be next door or adjacent.
Did they have a weird door that connects to both of them so that we can go?
You haven't seen the room yet, so you're not entirely sure.
Okay. Then, yeah. Sort of a general mix in the inn?
Yeah, so you got a lot of the general townspeople, and you have some of the town guard that you're actually quite relieved to see now, who seem to be getting back on with the citizens once more, drinking various pints. Obviously, these guards are obviously off duty.
Yeah.
At least you hope.
Yes.
It's the general mix. The shady characters that you saw previously don't appear to be in this tavern.
Okay. Right, well, yeah, just general mix then people. So
Yeah, there's no one that's really particularly standing out apart from Dejun, who's the barkeep.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm guessing it's Norm's birthday, so get a few rounds in, celebrate that, have a bit of dinner, a bit of sleep, and then in the morning, get some provisions.
Save the day.
Yes.
That's on my agenda.
Save the day.
Give water to the thirsty.
Yes.
From the Tower of Power.
Nobody has anything else we need to achieve before we go?
I don't think so. I think we'll be.
We're not short of anything, are we? Apart from, the obvious.
Nice quiet night. Sounds a bit gorgeous.
No, sorry.
All this time, Moss Chops has been stuffing his face.
Okay.
It's cleared his plate.
So the food's not here yet?
No, it's not.
What have you been eating?
What food are you eating?
Somebody else's.
Everyone else
Sat down to someone else's table.
You've literally
I just appeared with someone's plate.
A table of people almost identical to us, except we've got a really muscly Viator and a really skinny,
I'm there like this beefcake
Knock off flesh eventually.
a bold Norman, and a
I filled my face with my
very
ale.
drowsy.
Just wait to rear boss.
I'm like, I don't quite understand. He bloody walked over with me.
It's just
Okay.
family of four, like, just looking at the goblin, and the kids are like,
Don't make me use this. I will use this to reverse time.
You walked over because I got a birthday cake and you thought it was mine and you just seen it.
Happy birthday.
He's just cutting himself a slice of his kid's cake and he's blowing the candles out. He's like,
So just sit there swearing again. How fucking old are you then, Norman? Have a lovely time.
Billy's turned green. Everyone's drinking and he's just putting fingers under their cup. Drink up.
Non's birthday after all.
Just like, Moss, here. Jesus.
So rewinding time. I finished drinking my ale.
Okay.
Because that definitely was it.
Right.
That was definitely it.
That was his ale, yeah.
And I'll knock on Fenrir's arm and go, can I have the key? I'm just gonna go up and check out the room. Thank you.
Don't lock us out.
Oh wait, don't worry. And I'll scamper off upstairs.
okay.
Or to wherever the room is. Is it upstairs?
It is upstairs,
It
yes.
is upstairs.
Don't forget food, Moss.
I'll be back.
Meat.
Yes,
You love meat.
I do.
Is there a bard in the tavern?
There are a few bards that are in various corners of the tavern, who are playing on lyres and shut up. Are you gonna tell me how it's pronounced?
No, it's just picturing someone who's done a lot of lying bent over his neck. It's like, I'm going to play you like a fiddle.
I'm a liar, everyone. I'm never lie again.
Yeah, sorry, it's just the way my mind works. Please continue, Chris, with this D&D session. We're all really interrupting.
Don't worry, we'll reach the Tower of Thirst today.
So yes,
there's
there
a few
is.
of the bards that are playing nickel harpers, yes.
I'm going to go over that, and I'm going to try and persuade him to sing Happy Birthdays.
Nice.
You approach a bard who has a kind of stubbly face. He looks quite skinny and gaunt, and he's playing on the nickel harper at this time. And as you approach, he looks up casually and goes, hello, sir.
Desperately.
Oh, excuse me, fella. You seem like you got quite the musician there. It happens to be my friend's birthday over there, and I wonder if you could do a jaunty birthday tune for him, if possible.
I do take occasional requests.
Well, he is going to go and save the town for tomorrow as well, you know. So someone to perk him up to inspire him for the next one.
Ah, so you are the adventurers I've been
We
hearing.
certainly are.
Then it would be my pleasure.
Oh, that's amazing.
What is happening?
I'll come to you.
Why is this
And then he
spiraling out
begins
of
to
control?
follow you with the little harper to the table.
I sit down like there is kind of like.
He begins.
You're in for a treat, Norm.
He begins to play this kind of strange cacophony of a bastardized version of Happy Birthday, and he just begins to sing what he thinks the lyrics might be.
Yes.
I'm not going to sing Happy Birthday.
I'm waiting for the song.
to get you to sing something.
Yes, considering it's not my nor Norm's birthday.
How disappointing.
Happy birthday to thy friend.
Oh no, this one's for you.
Like Norm is like visually like starting to panic at this point. He's just stress drinking.
Happy birthday to the ones that'll save us and give us water.
Nice.
What a lovely tune.
What a banger!
Yeah.
I just look over to the chap behind the bar, and I'm just like doing the round symbol because I'm like, it's gonna be a big night.
He kind of he gives you a little signal, and you see him beginning to fill the next series of rounds. Shortly after, Frida comes back over to the table with 2 platters of your food and begins to present you the food as the bar continues to play and strum and sing you the melodies of your
Yeah, birthday meat.
With the food, is it like all the? You said there was like nuts and berries and stuff in it.
So it's all in the cuisine. So it's a large bowl, like a very a brown clay bowl.
Okay.
So think of a bit like a Buddha bowl. So a very large bowl with all of the ingredients split.
In sections
Yeah.
almost.
Like a little plattery bowl.
Can I? Sounds daft. Can I see them and sort of see if there's anything close to what we've all eaten before? So, like to say, oh, that's obviously from like that type of plant. That's from that.
Yeah. So you can roughly get an idea of where these things might have been picked and foraged.
Because I was just thinking, just in the future. If we're
So you think some of the delicacies that are in this bowl, such as the where's my little list gone? There we go. So such as the
monkey brains.
the sort of dates, etc., and some of the general dry fruit goods. You know that they're probably imported from Odesska.
Okay, so
But things like the wheat and the barley and the rice is things that you know the people would have made themselves.
okay.
So coming into Odesska, you did see some very sort of desolate-looking farms, which you assume that's where they potentially have been farming wheat, barley, etc. Anything that can be used to make sort of grainy type foods.
So just heavy sort of starchy
Yeah.
food. Okay.
Yeah, it's just more seeing what they have, what we could get more than anything, because I haven't really found anything food-wise so far. And,
Future-proofing yourself.
yeah, a little bit, because the thing is, as a ranger, you sort of want to be able to
Yeah,
find
and
things.
you do only have as many rations as you currently
Yeah,
have, so
because
that's
the
something
thing is,
to keep in mind as well.
my food finding ability at the minute is 0, because we're in the desert.
Here's some sand.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
Here's a cactus. It'll kill you.
Okay, so Judiciary food and very just wheat, stodgy
Yes.
based sort of thing.
Cool.
And one by one she places the bowls down and the bowl where Moss would be. With that in mind, while that's happening, Moss, you traverse the stairs.
Very good to
Making
find
an
out.
athletic no.
Oh god.
You head up the stairs and you correlate the picture on the keys to the room itself. Whereas not a room number, this is a picture of a very brazen bull.
Okay.
And you notice that the other key that you saw before was had the picture of this outstretched falcon. So
Okay.
it seems that all the rooms have names of animals.
Cool.
And you find the brazen bull room and open it.
Yep. Go in the room.
So you open the room. It seems like a small sort of room. There's 3 beds, 3 single beds. You have a cabinet for any goods, and there seems to be one sort of wardrobe and a very large chest of drawers. A very large chest, which is you can only assume is for keeping personal belongings.
Okay, is there a window?
There is a window. Right,
I look out of it. Can I see the caravan, the traders' caravans and everything from here?
So glancing out of the window, you can see you can get a shot through a couple of the narrow streets, and you can see about 3 streets over. You can see the square itself. Now that's the last place that you actually saw the wagon.
Okay. Right. Would I assume that the rich bloke from the caravan would be staying on his wagon, or do I reckon he might have got somewhere in town?
So, yeah, go from what would usually happen, or you assume, or you've known, or you've heard about, the Magister, which is who this was, would most likely have residence in a more guarded area. He did have the townsguard protecting him, so you kind of assume, if anything, the townsguard may be with him. As exactly where, you're not sure. You might have to do a little bit digging around.
Okay. Right. I am going to take a few moments to look at the immediate vicinity outside of the tavern.
Okay.
Look at the streets, look at the layout, look at the way the buildings are built.
Okay, so
and so I'm looking at little places where the shadows are the deepest and darkest and things.
So a lot of the buildings are very sort of Arabian-esque. You have very flat sort of walls with little overhangs which create nice little areas of shadow. So you think you would be able to crisscross, if necessary, down the street and stay in shadows.
Okay.
There's various torchlights that are lit down these streets. They are small little lamps that look like they have a fire method that are actually have been permanently placed into the lamp. So it's just lighting up the areas.
Cool.
Ah, poor little methods. That's slavery, that is.
Slavery. They're also similar to the methods that you encountered.
Yeah, so maybe they're not the nicest of creatures, but that's still a shitty life. Maybe some freedoms in order. So this is fine. Okay, so after having a bit of a gander out the window, does the window open?
So it's got a latch.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so
you
it
can open
opens.
it,
And how far down to the ground?
So you are on the 3rd floor.
Oh wow. Okay, quite a way. Right. Okay.
You will die if you go out that window.
That's fine. Okay, I will go back down and I'll lock the door behind me, of course.
Yeah.
And I'll go back down to my friends and
Okay, so
eat my food.
So you see Moss.
Fenrir sees Moss coming downstairs and he just lobs a bit of meat at him. Moss, heads up!
Give me a dexterity.
Awesome. Dexterity for the throw or the catch?
No, for the catch.
Excellent.
Saving throw or check?
Check, please.
21 strength.
Are you sure you don't want it to be a saving throw?
I'm fairly
a
confident
meat
I don't want it to be a
saving
saving throw.
Hunk of meat saving throw.
That's of course you're throwing enough meat to kill the man.
Oh well, that's 21.
Okay, then fine. Yeah. So you see, it's like this, literally like American football, like go wide, Moss, and
like,
you just go little trot, grab the meat in your hands.
I catch it in my mouth.
Oh, you catch it in your mouth. Okay, so you jump up.
Yeah.
Good job, Moss.
And then I bow on the stairs with a
You
flourish.
see a few of the little patrons that were watching you.
And I toddle off to my table with my pals.
Fenrir is going to pick up this huge bowl of food and just pour as much as he can into his bowl. Yeah. See?
Just get. Just involved. I'm in this.
This is my bowl.
And one with the food.
I'm just gonna. I've looked at all. I'm just gonna pick through and then just eat my way through it in essence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, unless there's anything else you'd like to talk about while eating, I will assume that you chow down through your meal and your drinks. that also turn up for your 3rd, 4th round now of ales.
Nice.
And then just head off.
Retire for the evening.
Yeah, retire for the evening.
Yeah.
Got a nice day.
You've got your sleepover going on.
Yeah.
I shall thank the bards again for that lovely tune.
So these guys are retiring for the evening.
Yeah.
I am not.
Okay.
I'm going out for a walk
Okay.
An evening
with
walk.
all my gear.
Okay, with all of you, yeah. So the other 4 of you head up.
Yeah. I'm
You
dealing with
head up
Norm.
one by one.
Yeah, well, I'm dealing with Norm.
Okay, so Norm's a little bit shaky on his,
drunk.
on his feet.
Oh, I'm hammered.
Sloshed.
Like,
You're just singing the birthday song with the 1 words to it. Birthday me.
You're staying in my room, right?
Yeah.
So I guess you'll
He's
be
around your shoulders.
helping me up the stairs and everything,
Yeah.
and you just hear me with even more slurred speech than usual. Grassoir, Redora, looking around, see what. It's not even my birthday today. Like ale and spittle.
Just everywhere. I'm just like, well, I think this evening was needed anyway. So, as far as everyone else is concerned, we'll class it as your birthday.
Well, thank you. Because if it's all, I don't even have one. As I stumble through the door.
At this point, I'm pretty sure Norm isn't a normal guy. So I'm just like, yeah. And then I'll just he's stumbled through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand at the off side of the first bed. I'm going to lean over, grab him by his wrists, and I'm going to lean back and try and drag him up over onto the single bed. Even if it's I'm just like.
Give me a strength.
Okay, me and Zero just going to stand
You
at
might
the
not be
door
getting on
and
this bed, Norman. I hate to bring it to you, kid. You might be sleeping on the floor.
And we can just be there watching it.
Yep, that's a set.
So as you're pulling Norm up in your hands and hefting him up, suddenly you just can't move anymore and just lose your footing, and you fall back onto the bed.
We're roaring with laughter.
With Norm on top of you.
And I'm there like,
sleepover's going well.
what's happened above? What have I done?
I'll be nice and I'll roll off and just sleep with my face
Okay, so Norm
straight down.
face down.
In the most terrifying of positions.
I face down and I'm like, oh, that can't be good. So,
Have a good evening.
Have a good night, road to danger.
yeah, thank you. I'm going to spend my off time trying to up my proficiency with guns. Because I've only got 4 hours out of the 8 hours, so the other 4 hours I'll just put into it.
That's fine.
Okay. So I'll tick it into my proficiency.
So meanwhile, Moss, back down that tavern, and you slip outside the door.
Yep.
Onto the cool streets.
Okay, so I am going for a walk. I'm not intentionally dodging people, but I am practicing my stealthy skills. Okay. So I will roll for that. And that is a 20.
Okay, so you
So
do
you're
manage to
nailing it.
just slip into some of the shadows without anyone else is unaware. There's not many people out, but you see a few town guard that are patrolling that walk past you, but they haven't noticed you as you've just slipped into the shadows. And there's a few couples that are just going for an evening stroll. Most of the doorways to the various establishments are shut. There's a few that are open, and you can see as you pass, you can see some families that are just finishing off their evening meal or just beginning to settle down for the night. It's mainly quiet. One thing you do notice is that the temperature's dropped so much.
Okay.
It's become very cold out here.
Okay. Right, I'll wrap my cloak ever tighter around myself. And I will carry on. And what I'm basically doing is I'm casing the town. So I'm looking for where the rich people live, especially the Magister. If I can find that, excellent. If not, just ridiculously wealthy people, stuff like that. And I'm just kind of like making a mental note of where everything is, and whilst also avoiding the town's guard and testing out their perceptions, because I will need to know how perceptive they are.
Okay, so you find that most of the town guard don't seem to notice you. It might be because they're not used to that many goblins coming through this town. Though everyone's welcomed you with open arms, no one's seemingly feared you. It's just something they're not used to. So you imagine that your size, your stature is what potentially helping you with shifting in and out of the shadows.
Yeah.
Give me a perception.
Perception. Where's my
It's just
skills?
a random sheep out there, right?
I was just thinking, like, is that authentic Devon wildlife?
22.
You see a sheep
Meh.
in the middle of the road.
What are you doing it?
So taking a few corners and heading down a few of the side streets, you see what you imagine to be more richer folk.
The affluent areas.
Heading down certain districts, and you continue to follow them. And eventually you see a few town guard that seem to be situated outside of a very small little villa. Up on one of the balconies you can see another guard that seems to be staring out into the street. And you can see just at the side of the villa, you can see the merchant's wagon.
Okay. Right, so I've kind of clocked where he's staying.
Yeah, so it's just a very tall walled villa, but there's ivy, sort of very loose ivy, which looks slightly shriveled in this terribly horrible heat. And there's a few cactuses that are various, slowly, casually growing up this walled area as well. So there is potential to try and attempt to climb the wall.
Right, okay. Okay, so I will make a good mental note of what that place looks like, any possible access areas, and then I'll just do a circuit of the rich district.
Okay.
And then head back.
So you glance at a few other areas, some other buildings that look interesting, but they look more like they're going to be residence homes more so than guests.
Yeah.
The strangest thing though is there doesn't seem to be, at least from what you can tell, there doesn't seem to be any obvious building that looks as though it belongs to a leader or a mayor or anyone of that stature. So that's something that you find quite strange.
Okay.
The Magister's villa, or what you suspect is a stay villa, seems to be the more exquisite location.
Okay, so that's the most posh looking place in the okay. Okay, cool. Then I shall keep that nice and fresh in my mind and stealth my way back to the tavern.
So you you head back through the tavern. By the time you get back and head inside, there's only a few patrons finished drinking. It's quietened down quite a lot from what it was originally, and Dajuan's still at the bar, but even he doesn't notice you walk in.
Okay, I will head over to the bar.
Okay.
And I'll just say, got any nice warming whiskies back there?
Yes, little one, we do have some warming whiskies.
I'll have your finest, please.
The finest. That will come with 10 silver piece fee.
Right you are. I hand over 10 silver.
Yeah. Okay, he takes 10 silver off you and then pours a nice whiskey, slides it over to you.
Can I take this up to Maroon?
Yeah, by all means, bring it down in the morning.
Will do. Thank you very much. Good evening to you.
Enjoy your stay.
Thank you. I'll head up to the room.
So you head up to the room, and you two hear the door just slightly open, and then Moss walks in with a whiskey in hand.
Moss?
Hey,
You okay?
yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Okay.
Just
Right.
went for a brisk walk around the town.
Oh, I'm worried.
Oh, you don't need to be.
You didn't say anything. Not that you have to, but
That's a
I was
good
worried.
point. I'll say something next time. Sorry about that.
That's alright. 1 more hour. I was going to come looking for you.
Oh, yeah, I should have said something.
At least you know we wouldn't leave you behind, though.
Thank you very much.
I hope you're up to no good.
Oh, absolutely up to no good.
Insight check.
I just told you I was up to no good.
Yeah,
Are you lying though?
you can see if you want to see
17.
17. So do you want just to know that you were?
I was totally up to no
Yeah,
good.
he did tell you. So yeah, you know that he's telling the truth. He was up to no good.
I did not lie about my bad deeds.
My intent to cause crime.
From the next room, all you hear is, Jesus Christ, stop being sick!
Skeleton's melting the floorboards.
We're down in one bed!
I will just say to the boss, remember what we talked about last time? And then I'll go back to sleep.
Norman, stop eating that
You've immediately
stuffing.
gone back to sleep after saying it. So I can't. Okay.
But this, he appears to be asleep. His head.
Yeah, it's basically me just going, I know what you were doing.
Yeah.
Don't do it again. What were you thinking of doing?
Proficiency, does it apply when I'm using them? Because if you're using something, do you become proficient with it?
Over time, the more you work at it.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
because I know with off hours I'm getting proficient.
Yeah.
So if I'm using a gun, for instance, in combat, does that add to proficiency?
Yeah.
Okay, so what?
I thought you were going to say just start firing it in the brick.
I'm just going.
This is destroying my progress.
I'm
Wow, we're really good at this gun now.
Because the thing is, at the minute I'm at 9 slept hours with it. What would you class as my using it hours so far, Mr. Deer?
I'd say you've been using your rifle for about I'd say maybe 4 hours because you've been in combat
Had a few
a couple of
encounters.
times now with it.
Yes, that's fine. I'm just going to keep a record of it. That's all. So, spend it. And then I spend the rest of my evening trying not to disintegrate. And then just carry on till the wee hours.
Okay. So, do any of you wish to discuss or chat with each other in your rooms, or you're cutting down for the night?
I'm done for the night. Norm's
I've
out.
been sleeping a lot.
I'm just like,
Appearing to sleep.
it's been a busy couple of days, isn't it? Really?
Comfy bed is quite welcome.
Yeah.
At least.
Whilst I'm sipping at my whiskey, I will not. I'll say it just loud enough for these guys to hear, obviously. But I want him to be able to hear if he's awake.
He is, but he's
But I'll be talking to Fenrir. I'll be like, so yeah, I went for a walk, and I think I found where the Magister's staying.
Oh, okay. He's the source of a lot of trouble around here.
Yeah. So, the Jewin said that if something unfortunate might happen to him, I'm not saying kill him, but maybe if he lost some of his wealth somehow, people wouldn't mind too much around here. So, stop me. You can stop me if you think I'm if you think I'm out of line. But I think at the earliest opportunity, if the opportunity does present itself, I'm going to relieve him of some of his shiny burdens.
Okay.
I just thought I should let you know,
Alright.
so you know where you stand.
Thanks, Moss. If you find an opportunity for that, I would never let you walk into danger on your own.
Oh.
So, if it must come to that, let me know.
All right.
Let's
Thanks.
get that water back on first, and then we'll figure out what to do after that.
Yeah, we'll get the water on.
Yeah, I was thinking
I mean-
if I was going to do anything, it'd be on the way out of town.
Yeah.
Like I said before,
After we've come back.
I don't
right.
mind you robbing from the rich if it's for the right reasons.
Oh yeah.
But let's come back heroes first.
Yeah. But the rest of the town folk, leave them be. They've had it hard enough.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They have had it hard enough, and then this dickhead walks in trying to steal all their fucking water.
He might just go away if the water comes back on.
Maybe he'll go
We'll
away
see
with a
what
lot
happens.
less money.
Yeah.
Tune.
You want to tune to it?
I want to write a tune.
That's your
Treat yourself.
I can ask the bartender.
Back downstairs.
you can tune to it.
And with that, I'll finish off my whiskey and settle in for the night.
Okay.
Sleepy, sleepy, dreamy, dreamy.
So one by one you settle down, lay your head, and begin to rest. This is the first time that you've had proper safe slumber in a long time. And though you've had a hard journey, and there's been some peril, you have found each other. And you drift off.
Alright.
This dream sucks.
The next morning you're all awake, feeling refreshed from the first real night of safe slumber you've had for almost a 10-day. Heading downstairs, you see a smiling Dajuan who greets the party.
I slide in my whiskey glass.
Thank you, my friend.
Didn't forget.
You see, the tavern seems quite empty compared to how it was heaving the night before. You can hear the few rowdy voices of early morning patrons getting breakfast, chatting, and beginning to get off on their way. But compared to the previous night, this is quite less of a commotion. Once you get at the tavern windows, you do notice that the angry crowd now seems to have fully dispersed. There's definitely a calm back over this small township of Odesska. The words of Josiah seem to have worked on the people, and now it's time to uphold your side of the bargain. A bargain you didn't exactly plan on accepting nor partaking in, but somehow fate has pulled you into this potentially perilous journey. The Jiren waves to each of you. Good morning. I pray our saviour slept well. The town is rife this morning of talk of you lot. Now you didn't hear it from me, but for the first time in a long time, the people of Odesska actually feel hope.
No pressure then, lads. No pressure.
No, well, don't worry. It's only a case of, I'll die if we don't do it, so,
I drank lots of ale last night, now my brain's hurting.
Yes, I did notice you drank a fair amount.
Yes.
I'm glad you had a good birthday.
Yes. I did born yesterday.
Norm, you don't need to say wink when you wink.
Oh.
I think he's a little hungover, he'll be alright.
You have an interesting friend there, an interesting friend.
Oh no, it's very normal.
it's very normal.
Totally normal bloke.
Yeah, totally.
Completely normal.
Very normal.
Except for his hat, of course.
I assume you slept well.
Yes.
Very well, thank you.
Lovely rooms you've got. Thank you very much.
I'm glad you liked them. Now, breakfast. What'll it be? I'm afraid you might have a bit of a wait. Frida and Saltine don't start their shift for another few hours, but I can still. What?
You said her name was Saltine,
Saltine, yeah.
as in the cracker of Saltine.
Yeah, Saltine.
Lovely. You've got some of those knocking around on her.
She's part of a great dynasty there, isn't it?
Anyway, back in character.
Money, that.
Frida and Saltine don't start their shift for another few hours, but I can ruffle up a mean breakfast by myself. So if you need anything in particular, Eggs.
Eggs.
Yeah, I can make eggs. Bacon.
Eggs.
Oh yeah.
I can make bacon.
I think a mixture of the both would be more than
That'll
acceptable.
be enough to keep us going, and then we can go off and do.
And how about some firecracker bread?
Yes, some of the bread from last night would actually be, it's rather good.
That sounds like a hero's breakfast.
Make a bit of a sand.
And drinks.
I will have... Do they have milk? Is milk a thing?
Milk is a thing.
I was just more...
not
because
that
I
far
don't
from
know, I
Pembroke.
haven't seen any cattle.
Who said it comes from a cow?
Yeah.
We did hear some sheep earlier.
We did hear sheep.
Yes. Yeah,
I hope Seal says that in character with that look, because I'll be like... Right. Yes.
you wish for some milk?
Yes. Yes, but make mine a half. Because I'm a little bit like, where the hell does it come from?
I was scared again.
I would
I've
offer to
once had some rat milk. Nice stuff.
Very sad.
ales, wines.
I'll have a pint of ale, please.
I break out into a sweat.
What do you mean?
That whiskey was fucking lovely. I'll have another one of those.
Give me right back.
You guys are menaces.
Remove.
We do have some freshly squeezed
Small
juice
tangos.
I'll take it.
Do they...
from the melons.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anything from apples?
No, we don't need melons here.
Shame.
Can I roll to see if I would know a little bit of alcohol would help?
Sure.
Raging hangover.
Genuine intelligence.
Have you got anything with
11.
celery in it?
So you do think that potentially a drop of alcohol may help your hangover?
Right, I'm gonna have a big brain move right here. We've got some pretty cheap spirits over there. I don't want ale, because I've had enough ale. But we've also got some freshly squeezed juices over there. What if I mix the two together?
Cocktails all around.
Whoa!
What if I had alcohol and juice?
Oh, I like the way you think, my friend. I will bring you the melon juice and you can have some of the spirits.
Alright, the way Normus has invented a new drink that's going to be called the Norm. Let's go to the bar.
I'll just have the Norm.
Have the Norm, please. Cheers.
It's all coming together. Soon I will be able to sell Norman Halliguy's cocktail book.
I'm going to see him give him a bill. Just let me do it myself. Just pour all these things in there. Just go, good stuff. And the patrons like, oh, I've one of them.
So, after a short moment, as you're in, he heads back and begins to slide you down the bar, each of what you've asked for in your
Nice.
drinks. Give me 20 minutes or so and I'll have your breakfast too. And he
Right,
disappears and heads into the kitchen. And you hear some ruffling of pans, smashing and crackling of smoke and a few expletives escaping. But yeah, you're fairly confident he knows what he's doing.
I know. Well,
you don't know much.
we know as a party where because they said there was like a general store, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
not. It's like a general store, and
So, the previous night it was mentioned that Ozil is a one-eyed dwarf from the Pegleg. Apparently he owns a shop. That is something that you were told.
Yeah, it was closed when we went to go.
Yeah.
You said it'd be open in the morning.
so that's where we're going to go first this morning, and we know the direction it's in, don't we?
Yes, you do.
Okay. So yeah. Wait, 20 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, okay. After like 20 minutes or so, once again, Dejurin heads out. He's very large, muscled, physique, sort of shimmering in the dim torchlight. He still doesn't seem to have any top on at this point, and
It's not his style.
he just places down the plates in front of you. For what he's ruffled up, it looks like it's going to be a fairly modest breakfast.
Nice.
How are my eggs done?
So the eggs are done sunny side.
This is acceptable.
It's them like eels.
As he places the food down, he says, don't forget, if you need anything before you depart, don't forget to visit Old Azul at the prodigious provisions.
We were just talking about that.
It's just down the street. Sorry, my friend, what?
Well, coincidence.
Oh, yes, a coincidence. Yes.
Yes. Yes, we were just speaking about the fellow actually. We have small bits and pieces to pick up before our journey. Is there anywhere else in town that would be worth stopping before we leave?
Oh, yes, small modest town. For the gear that you will want, Moselle will probably be your one stop.
Splendid, thank you. And then, I'm going to tuck into my bacon egg salmon.
You're probably the sort of person that eats with a knife and fork, aren't you?
No, not an asshole. I do have a napkin, and I am leant more over the bar. Just watching you just gullet your eggs.
Just don't forget, if you use knife and forks at home, you are an asshole. In the eyes of the world.
You are if you're eating a breakfast sandwich.
How
If
civilised
you're
are
eating a
you?
breakfast sandwich with a knife and fork, I will punch you in the throat.
Deserved.
Bizarrely enough, not the first time he's used that threat today.
Punch in the throat kind of day.
It's one of those days. So, have breakfast and then just shuffle off to the shop, I suppose.
Okay.
Say bye to Durin. Be like, adios, amigo.
See you on the other side.
See you on the flip side.
Good look out there.
Thank you.
I look forward to
last
seeing you return. Yes.
What's the cheapest, yet strongest bottled alcohol you've got?
It would probably be this whiskey here. He pulls out like a fairly dirty looking bottle.
How much is that?
For the whole bottle, just the gold.
I'll flip her a gold. Cheers. I'll stick it in a pack for
I think so.
And then, just wiggle on down the shop, I suppose.
Wiggle on down the street. Okay.
You do your casual walk.
Yeah.
You head down the shop and you see a very sorry.
What? So,
You see a very simple abode with a little sign just hanging outside the shop. It's got like a little peg, literally a peg leg that's just attached. Look pretty much like you'd expect.
Okay.
You push open the door and head inside. Just behind the counter, you see a dwarf with a makeshift eye patch that's adorning around his left eye, and you see him hobbling from side to side as he notices someone coming in the shop. The wooden edge of his peg leg just cats into the slats of the floor, and he just yanks it out from the gap. What can I do for ya?
Good morning. I was just hoping to get some provisions and things for our trip. I was just wondering if...
For your trip, eh?
Yes, we're going to fix the tower first.
Ah, you the boys that I've been hearing about, eh?
Yes, we're all boys.
Yes. Lads.
Yes, there's a couple of things we were hoping to pick up on the way. One, you wouldn't have glasses with you, like riding glasses I've got.
I mean, look at me. Do I look like I need glasses?
Yes, for one eye.
I think that's called a monocle, right?
Yeah, he's right. It's a monocle.
Yes.
Well, what about if you've got two monocles?
Strap
and
them
put them
together, she's a genius.
Then I'll see you a lot further.
True.
So yeah, is that something you have here?
I might have something here. Give me a list and I'll see what I can find.
Right then, order. So we've got rations, but we're going to want more rations, aren't we?
Yes. Just in case this tower
So what? There's 5
blows up
rations.
and then we're stuck in the desert for
So
another
what?
30
10 rations?
Yep.
2 apiece. So 10 rations.
A ballista. What do you want of them?
A ballista. So
Barrels of explosives?
I've
Some of
used
them?
my potion of healing, so I was going to get another one. Are we worth having?
Well, yeah. I was going to ask how much they were.
I've still
I
got
still
one.
got one for the.
Well, I was going to say, if we write... So, okay,
can't
so
do
you guys got your one. So, if we pick up, like, another couple, depending on how much
So
they
you
are.
see that like the way that the shelves are just pretty much like sort of slanted downwards. You can only assume it's for Oswald, so he can actually get the actual produce into the correct areas. But it's all little tiny wooden small crates, so everything's just pushed into these crates.
Okay.
You see like little hand-drawn tags saying like special offer. It's a pretty.
I'm going to ask what the special.
Yeah, what's on offer?
What's in his special?
Love a bargain.
Yeah. Well, you gonna have a look.
Yeah, what's the special?
Okay, so you have a look in the actual crate, and it seems it's caltrops.
What was it?
Caltrops.
They're actually worth getting, I would say.
I'll get some of that then. Add that to the list. Grab some of them. Maybe some ball bearings too.
Mix them together in the same bag.
Has he got a set of tinkerer's tools?
So yes, he would have a set of tinkerer's tools.
Because I'm going to buy those myself.
So he has a little counter, and that's where he literally pulls out a little tiny compartment
With the
opens
box,
it.
and it's got tinkerer's tools. Because I'll buy one of those myself because I need them for the gun.
Okay.
Has he got any special items? What do you feel?
Anything unusual?
Yeah. Not of the norm, shall we say?
Not of norm.
So exactly what is it you're looking for? Rather than just special, that's quite broad.
Whatever he's got.
Any magical items?
Yeah, magical or
So,
unique trinkets, shall we say?
so
Something that might help some brave adventurers.
Looking on his shopping.
Because we're gonna save this town
Yeah, you got it, Norm.
and restore
Save the
water.
day.
He's getting better and better every day.
He is. I'm so proud.
Maybe you could also let us have this stuff for slightly less money for saving the town.
Look at Norm go.
Well, Republic credits will be fine.
So as you ask that question, he shifts behind the counter and he.
Realise you're on social.
I've got two things that might take your fancy. A little bit magical, but also a little bit of magic. I don't know, go and pour Daniels or something. A little bit of magic.
You've got me a treat, sir.
This here, it looks like a coin. He flicks it up, catches it in his one good hand. His other one's slightly like just always hung at his side. It looks like an old wound.
So is it the damage all on one side of his body?
He looks like he's very damaged on one side of his body, yeah. And he catches the coin in his hand, and you see that as he catches it, it glows.
Ooh.
This little coin here, you throw it up in the air, and it'll either bless you with luck, or it won't.
Or it won't.
Yeah, so, this coin, rather than using D20 for a skill check, you flip a coin instead. A real coin. If it's heads, you get a critical success. If it's tails, you get a critical fail. And the item in question can be used twice per long rest.
Wow.
That is lethal.
Love it.
That's taking 50-50 to an edge.
That is literally a double-edged.
Yeah, how
coin.
much is it?
Just true, yeah.
This little coin, it's a rare little find. You can have it for 350 gold.
Okay. What's the other special thing you have?
It's interesting as you mentioned this earlier. And then he pulls out from behind this counter this really intricate brass monocle. This here, it'll let you see a greater distance than the average monocle. Think of it as a telescope in a little eyepiece. So basically, this is it's called a farsight monocle, and it will grant advantage to any perception roll.
Ooh. That's cool.
How much is it?
Staring at Viatora.
Like,
Yeah.
yes.
I think we all are.
The foresight monocle. It's quite a little lovely find. You can have it for about 475 gold.
Viatora, what have we got to trade? I mean, we picked up a few bits
We
and
have,
pieces.
yes.
Yeah, didn't we have like a massive bag of rubies
Yes.
or something as well?
Perhaps a bit of trading.
I was going to say, would you be in the position to change wares for gems? Because we
trade and stuff.
yes.
Yes, it can come in quite handy. I've got some contacts in Judea. What have you got?
Right. I've picked them all up. I've got a bag of 10 rubies, and we've got one. I've got the pearl as well, and I've got one small sapphire stone that was picked up with the rubies.
Okay.
So I've got that. So the the pearl, I think we'll get rid of because the pearl isn't useful for anything. Is it magic wise? It isn't like isn't something.
Only up to a certain value. They've got to be a certain value.
Yeah,
haven't
because
they?
I don't think it's worth that.
It's not worth that much for a pearl.
So
is
the
it?
pearl was worth about 25 gold.
Yeah. So it isn't worth anything.
That's
that
cash
way.
in.
Yeah.
So that's cash in. So we'll use that
Choose
pearl.
your diamonds you want for that.
Yeah.
So pearl's 25 gold. So the sapphire I had 40 gold down for it, and then the rubies we had a bag of 10.
And they were worth about.
They were 100 each, so that's 1,000 golden rubies. So we got 40 in the sapphire.
So you've probably got more than enough to
Yeah,
cover
well, yeah,
plus our other expenses.
yeah, well, we got 1,000 in rubies alone.
It might
I'm
have
obviously
been-
not going to tell him because he would be like,
No.
"Yeah, it's 1,000 rubies," you know.
Might have a bit of extra credit as well,
so-
sort of items.
Yeah. Well, so I've got these. Like, I show the pearl, a ruby, and a sapphire. I'm not showing the bag of rubies.
Okay.
Well, I've got these for trade because they were picked up on the adventure we've just been on.
Let's see. He takes them by one, has a quick look. Yeah, I could take that. So you. Hey. I'm on to you two. I could, I'd give you about 175 gold for these.
Yeah, which is
Bang on value.
pretty much bang on value. Okay, so
About 10 more gold, might as well.
from math. Okay, so within that, I'm happy to put the money up for the sight monocle because the thing is realistically I'm using it. I'm not going to be like everybody chip in. So I'm happy to pay for that out of the gold that I had. So
How much gold did you have?
I had 750 gold.
Okay.
He's a rich man.
Baller. So, and I'm quite thrifty with my money. So, the only thing I've bought is this fantastic adventuring hat. So, but are those goggles still a thing?
Are those goggles still a thing?
Did he have some?
Did he have some?
So standard goggles, yes, they are there.
Okay, is there enough for one each? Like one set each, not one.
Like, a set each. Yeah, actually, yeah, there is enough.
Matching goggles.
How much are those?
So, yeah,
So
well,
the goggles will be 50 gold each.
I don't particularly care how much they are. We're having them.
Okay. I don't have.
So you
There's
yeah,
right.
two
Well, the
50.
thing is, we'll just add the rubies to it. At this point, I'm just like,
Yeah, desert travel
Key
is
down.
going to be useful.
yeah. So,
Right.
okay.
Sandstorms and that.
Yeah,
So-
Fenrir's had so much sand in his eyes.
175. So we're at 175 for days. I'm happy to pay for the monocle. You said it's 450.
475.
475.
Let's try the wood.
475 out of mine. That's fine. Tinkerer's tools that I've paid for. How much is
About
that?
14 gold, I think.
14 or 40?
14, I think that's pretty
Yeah, they're not
standard.
expensive.
Okay.
That's about right, isn't it?
Mine as well.
I think that's about right. Tinker's tools. It's not without looking at
It's a big
the book.
Okay, the
I don't
50-50
think it was very
the 50-50 coin, are we getting it or no?
Seems a bit.
No.
It's 350 gold, and
Shall we see what happens when we've
yeah, do you guys
come back?
We'll come back.
Because I think it's more likely he's still going to have it, and we have to return.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll leave it for now.
Oh, in my luck, it will kill me.
Yeah, true, true.
I was going to say, who's going to benefit from mega crit damage more than anyone?
Yes. Okay, so I'll put that on a minus for now. Caltrops, how much were they in your deal, sir?
So the deal, they were 1 gold for a set of, I think it was like 20 caltrops.
Gold equals 20.
So it's like a bag of them.
Okay. Rations, we're after 10 of them.
10 each or 10 in total?
10 total.
I think, top of my head, actually, let me see if there's anything on this little screen. Nope.
5 silver.
How about 5 silver?
0.5 gold pieces.
5 gold pieces.
0.5 gold
0.5,
pieces. So
okay,
I'm guessing that's 5 silver.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So 2.5 is 0.5 gold. So what? That's going to be at 2.5 gold for the amount you want for 10, right?
If it's 0.5, it's
50. 50 silver.
It's 5 gold.
0.5 is 50. 0.5 is 50 silver.
5
Yeah,
gold.
so it's 5 gold.
Yes.
How much do you want?
If
Sorry,
it's half,
do you want 10?
10. If
Yes.
it's
Oh
half
right,
an
okay.
hour,
Sorry,
it's
I was
five
thinking
gold.
you wanted 5 for some
Okay, so
reason.
that's 5 gold, that's fine. Can I come out of kitty? Okay. Health potions, do you have any?
Yeah, I've got some health potions.
Yes, please.
Can I ask how much?
I'm about 3, about 52 gold each.
52 gold. So
You want all 3? I'll
100.
set you a deal. Have them for 150.
That's 6 gold.
So generous.
Yes, so 150 gold for 3. Okay, so
Math.
yes, please. So,
Have you got any, well, spare rag or material?
155.
You got some reams of rag over here.
bags
He
of
points us off
caltrops
into a little
down,
corner
so-
where you see like a little,
So that's
just a collection of
140,
various
so that's-
cottons and fabrics.
And then
It's about a gold a metre.
I'll just take a single meter.
Single metre. On gold then, please.
I'll flip it with gold up. That's the personal collection.
Oh, 50. So 5 times 50 is 200.
I'm holding up
That's
my
250.
wooden staff.
So 445. So we've got
I use this to make
75.
magic
And
happen.
those items
But
are
it's
sold
really
for
big and annoying. Have one of these, but
That's 175,
small.
So you need 445
You want a wand?
minus 175.
What's a wand?
It's like that, but smaller.
Yes.
Obviously, I don't have any ones right now in stock, but
There's 3 of those. That gives us 13
I could
gold.
probably have a chat with my suppliers in Jadizza. See if I could get some in.
So there's 3.
You want a magical one, do you?
Very good.
Oh, I just want.
Cool.
I just don't want to be carrying around this.
That's
The amount of times where I've almost fallen to my death is, and I've had to keep hold of this thing to. They found me.
Well, we'll see. I've got nothing in that can help. I've got nothing smaller.
Well, it's all right. I'll just go and die, I guess. Suppose.
I mean, I've got a walking stick, but
Does it let me shoot magic with it?
no.
I'll stick with my magic stick.
Oh, sorry there. We don't get many of your types in this way, so I don't always stop things like that. We get a lot of cut purses and thieves and adventurers looking to find treasure, so I try and keep a lot of stock that's, centred around that.
Specialist items, I suppose, that's what it is, isn't it? I don't suppose there isn't a blacksmith in town, is there?
No, nothing like that here. Your nearest one is going to be Jadizra, or you can go to Fellbridge, which is in the north.
It's good to know. Kind of would like to get this fixed, and I look at my shoulders and go, seen better days.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It does look like it's seen better days. You'll find a good blacksmith in Jadizra, they'll be able to sort that right out.
Did you do me?
753.
Certainly hope so.
Mine is 489.
They're doing it.
They're doing math.
He hobbles back over to the desk and just waits as it seems that you're calculating out various things. So, have we got a deal then?
Yes, so I put another 3 rubies in the pile.
Okay.
So from the math that I've worked out, that gives us a total of the money plus the only thing we'd do is we'd have like 30 gold in change. So I'm guessing he'd just give us 30 gold back because you're not going to crack a ruby now. So then I've worked out that, and then I've worked what's left in our kitty, and then what's left in my personal money. So
Okay. He does takes the rubies and the various jewels and gives you the 30 gold back. Lovely doing business with you. Thanks very much. You're all welcome to come back anytime.
We might well do that on our way back.
Okay.
yes.
We've got a bit of business elsewhere today, but
And good luck on your journey.
Thank you very much.
Maybe you should flip the coin to see if we have good luck on our journey.
No.
I get my goggles around the seal around the head. Fasten my strap, and I'm like, oh yes,
Right.
these are the ones, and I hope they're like the flat with like the little side lenses on the edge. Yeah, perfect.
Won't you have to take those off to use the monocle?
No, Norm, because I'm going to super glue it on the top of my musket.
Right.
Super good.
So just to as we step outside, I'm just going to,
Just let everyone know, me and Fenrir did the math. We have 630 gold in the kitty left from the stuff we acquired. So I'll just keep a tally as we go, really.
sounds like a plan.
and then I divvy
You
up.
can be the money man.
I divvy up the rations between everyone. So we've taken an extra 2 rations everyone.
Nice.
Nice.
And then the health potions we had. Did you say you used yours?
Well,
Have you two
I've
used
noticed
yours?
I used one.
You used one, so I give one to Norman, so he's required a health potion.
I'll say keep it as a spare, the other one.
Yeah, I'll give you the other one then,
Yeah.
and then I'll keep one. So that's the 3 divvy down. So could I have a bottle, please?
Give me a little bottle.
So
Give me that.
that's that divvy down. The tinkerer's tools.
Yes.
I suppose I'll just keep them in my bag. There's nothing I have to do with them in particular.
No, you just you will pull them out when you're required to use them.
So that's that sorted. We had 2 things of caltrops.
Yes. Okay.
So I'll give one to one to you and one to Naz.
caltrops.
Yeah, I think that works out better. I think you two would probably be best to carry them.
Okay.
Just makes sense more than anything. I was going to say me and you are not really caltroppy, I would have said.
What are those? What are those?
Oh, just this Norman. I take it out and place it in my hand. I was like, they right themselves. So no matter when you throw them, they'll always stand with a point upwards. So it stops people pursuing you. You can throw it behind you. And some people use it for various things, like loading into a cannon. There's small bits of shrapnel. They're just quite a useful thing to have.
Remember that? I know that spell that creates a big slippery area which makes people fall over.
Yes. Yes, you use it to put out a fire, if I remember correctly. Yes.
So I'm just going between looking at my staff and looking at a single caltrop I'm holding.
It's a combination of death, yes. Get them to slip into the caltrops. I see what you're saying, yeah.
I'm a bad influence on you.
So,
Like I said, we'll keep these for a rainy day.
I think that's everything.
Okay.
Give it up.
So, you pull your bags out of your shoulders, put all your supplies.
I'm going to get the little bit of cloth,
Firmly
fold
in
it over
place.
into like a triangle, put it up. It's a nice little bandana. Just made myself.
And eventually,
Desert.
What about your massive hat?
I've got a hat on, goggles and a bandana, so I'm literally sorted for any.
You're ready. Yeah.
so I would say that for any heavy, dusty weather, you will have advantage as you're wearing the goggles and
The bandana's on the head, it's
bandana
literally
and
like that kind of bandana.
So you're kind of a bit more prepared now. So if anything, you look similar to some of the travellers that you had encountered before, who had been travelling through the thick dust, and some of the crew on the airship.
Cool. Blending.
So you're adapting to your environment. I like it.
Yes.
So I'm going to plan this time.
You leave not long after mid-morning by the time you concluded your business in Ozzel's shop. You feel refreshed, ready to depart to your destination. The Pillar of Thirst that lies east of where you are at Odesska, across the Soul Crawl. The twin suns pour down onto the sandy dunes, spread out like waves on an unrelenting ocean. You nod and greet casual caravans with merchants and families on their way to Odesska, and eventually you assume they'll be heading off to Judizra. You've been travelling for some time now, and you haven't really come across any other travellers at this point. The sun is beating down, and a droplet of sweat just begins to crease over your brow as you continue your trek. Shifting and stumbling casually over the sandy dunes, but you're always keeping east. Mainly thanks to Viatorum's innate tracking.
What can I say? That's the way I'm going.
Though the sun's beating down, there's no sign of any dust storms, and if anything, you feel a little bit relieved that the journey so
Our
far.
eyeballs are so ready for that anyway. Come at me, bro.
It feels a lot nicer than how it was previously.
No, they're slightly more prepared.
Yes. You've been travelling for about 2 hours now, heading into the shifting sands. Then you look back and see that Odesska looks like a mere haze on the horizon. Give me a survival check.
All of us are just me.
Just you.
You are dead. You did not survive.
18.
18, okay. You glance up to the skies and you see that
Jesus.
you see that dark clouds are beginning to gather ahead of you
Okay.
in the direction that you're heading in.
Dust storm again?
You think it looks like a dust storm's on its way. And you press on for another hour in that distance.
Okay.
I assume you're telling your compatriots about the distance.
Yeah. Anything that comes up like ahead of us, because I'm leading, I'm going to be like, we seem to be approaching something that's quite stormy, and then I think we're just going to have to try and get our way through it like we did last time. So yeah, just keep a single line, and then literally the guy behind each person follows the other one's back.
Okay, so you're okay.
Yeah.
So you press on for another hour, and it's and before in the distance in front of you, about 500 feet away now, you spot what looks like jutting stone towers, as if ancient ruins were buried beneath the very sand before you. You continue on to march closer and closer to the old ruins, and it's about 200 feet away now, and then you feel tiny droplets of rain begin to fall.
What?
This is
Spilling onto your armour. This is something you've not encountered before. And it seems that the very gods are spilling tears of sadness over your very forms. But then, one by one, You begin to feel sizzles on your flesh.
Oh no.
Where most of it is covered. Each of you takes 4 points of acid damage. Begins to burn.
Oh shit.
What?
The pain now begins to fizzle over your skin. As each droplet of this burning water touches any exposed fleshy areas you have, this isn't soothing water. This isn't the heavens and the gods helping the poor people of Odesska. This is the remnants of disastrous magic from long aeons ago.
Okay.
You can feel your skin burn with every droplet that splashes onto you. And you can see that the ruins are still 200 feet away. Perhaps they'll offer some shelter.
Okay, well, yeah, just press on.
Is that just any cover?
Pick my chops up, put them on my back, and get my shield up.
Just to cover your neck.
Cover both of us.
Okay, so it's a big shield.
Yeah,
you
just
can
wrap
hear
them around.
just this rain like fizzling on top of your shield. And yeah, you're looking for like cover, so you think the nearest cover you can see are these sort of various ruined towers that are propping in the distance. I take it you're going to be double pace?
Yeah.
Break into a sprint.
Okay, so you charge towards the ruins and you look around the first structure and you can see what it looks like an old stone tower. Like an ancient bronze bell tower that's still attached to the ruts that would have heaved it high above a temple that once belonged to centuries ago. You shift through the sands, but there's no way inside the actual remains. It's mainly just wall, and there doesn't seem to be any overhang. You only see like the very slight steeple of a roof protruding from another ruin, and you take another 1 point of acid damage. Moss Chops, you're actually under the shield. You're okay.
Oh, okay.
And you're holding the shield up, so it's as it's
So I'll still be
dripping.
getting it a bit.
You are, I'd say you still take the point of damage from your fingers, but Moss Chops, you're actually secure. The rest of you take
Cool,
the
bruh.
1 point of damage.
So can I see anywhere that
You
is...
give me some
Thank you.
check.
We need a way out of here.
I just had this image of like me picking you up by your head.
13.
It's like this big hand. Like,
No fancy dogs of rain.
So you spot the top of a stone roof that's nearby then, and you quickly sprint toward it, looking for anywhere that looks like cover for your friends, and you come across an archway that leads into a very small alcove, enough for you all to huddle under the safety of this unbelievable stone structure.
Okay.
So you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so he lets you all know, and then you all begin to hurriedly charge towards the alcove, and you just slip inside. And you just hear the rain that hammers down overhead, splashing and plodding onto the roof. Glancing around the alcove, you find a tatter of robes covering what remains of a once humanoid skeleton. Pecked clean of flesh by the elements and
Don't worry, Norm.
In its hand, you see that it's still holding a now empty flask. Only sandy fragments remain in the very bottom depths of the flask.
Is the flask still intact?
So the flask itself looks rusted.
Okay.
It looks like it's been there for a long
I
time.
wouldn't drink from that.
But you do see something shimmering and glittering around the neck of the skeleton.
Oh, I'll have a look at a skelly neck.
So dangling over the bony spine that runs from the jawline to extends to his ribcage, you see this amulet. It's a brass circular design. It seems to be etched with interwoven patterns that seem archaic to you.
Pick it up, have a look.
As you reach out and you take the amulet, you see the skeleton, and then in dust it just falls in a heap.
You broke it.
As the
I'm glad I'm wearing this.
the little tankard just falls on the floor.
Just breathe it in.
I'm really glad I didn't breathe that in.
Yes, just have a look at the amulet.
So the amulet looks like it's quite tribal in the way it was fashioned. The symbols itself are not something you seem familiar with, only that perhaps it's from one of the sandy tribes people. that you've heard about.
Okay, so these guys don't recognise it either.
So looking at the same thing, no, nothing seems to prop out about what that might be.
Okay. Well, the thing is, it's still got a chain on it, I'm guessing.
It's like a leather sort of strap.
A leather strap?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just slip it into my bag.
Okay.
Yeah, I think wearing it's a bit garish.
Not really your style.
No.
Give me another survival test.
You get to put the stuff in your bed.
16.
So you glance at the heavy downpour up ahead, and you kind of estimate that it's going to be a little while taking shelter here. The early afternoon is likely to become a late afternoon before you can set out safely once again.
Okay, well, how long has it been since we set off?
So you set off like it was sort of the end of the morning, so coming up to midday. It's been a couple of hours since then, so it's about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon at this point.
Okay.
And you think it's going to be around about 5ish until the time.
But there's enough space here where we are all to be.
You think you'll be able to just hunker down and remain here?
Yeah, I reckon we just wait it out, and then before we set off, probably just have like 1 set of rations or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, just before we leave. So
Can I take a little crumbling of my rations and give it to Jackson?
Yes, you may.
Did we make sure that acid wasn't just falling into Jackson's jar?
There's a lid in there.
Oh, he's alright.
The lid's on.
The lid's on.
The lid has protection.
I just tip the edge of the lid just so the acid rain falls onto the ground. So, Jackson, just bring it right.
Oh. Good boy.
You see Jackson just heads up to the top.
I think it's right there. I put the lid back on.
Good boy.
Good lad.
Where are we? You said we're like an archway of.
Yeah.
What was a building?
Yeah, so it's like an archway and a little alcove of what looks like an old ruined sort of building. Doesn't look like there's any way down.
So,
It looks.
looking at it, does it seem like this was a building, but obviously sand has just gone over and covered?
Yeah, so it looks like it's been buried from a very long time ago. It actually looks like you're kind of potentially stood on the old ruins of perhaps an old town or an old city, or maybe not a city, but more of a town that maybe existed a long time ago.
Okay. And what else is there around? Is there like other
Lots of sand, acid rain.
Are there like other buildings and outcrops?
So you can see some other structures that are ahead. Yeah, so you could potentially try and venture out and see if there's another, but you're not guaranteed that there's going to be shelter.
I was going to say we'll just let it pass. It looks like it's passing, so.
It looks like it's going to pass.
Yeah, we'll just wait for it to pass.
So there's nothing on the walls or anything like.
Just very
Inscriptions or
old
anything?
stone slabs. It looks like hand chiseled. Nothing that seems to stand out of the ordinary. This looks like literally like just some sort of shelter.
Okay, yeah, just let it pass.
This time we're going to have to wait it out, I think.
Yes. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. I don't think it's worth us pressing on in it.
I mean, more for rain, but not this kind of rain.
No.
So, that's what I've been doing to people
Yeah.
On a
all
much
this time.
larger scale.
Yes, yours is slightly more.
A much larger, more projectile scale.
Yes.
More
I think
concentrated.
yours is a bit more potent than what that is. But
Yes.
I know.
After a few hours, the acid rain finally drifts off, leaving stark reminders of the sizzling droplets behind. Tiny streams of smoke still billow into the humid air as that heavy heat returns from the twin suns above once more, and it seems safe to trek off. There's a kind of quite a vicious wind that's now just raking in its place. It's not a dust cloud though.
Okay, so it's just windy.
Just seems very windy.
Well, we've all got our goggles on, so yeah, just press on. We know which way we're going, so just head towards the Tower of Thirst.
Okay.
Goggles first to the wind.
Go, yeah.
You leave the safety of your little tiny makeshift shelter then and continue on your trek, wading through sandy dunes and lifting then dropping on your journey, but always keeping to the east. Another hour of travel passes you by and the heat becomes more intense, weighing you down somewhat, all the armour and leather that you're carrying. I need each of you to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Natural 20.
First roll of new metal dice.
23
So exciting.
12. Plus 1.
Sweet. 20. So safe.
14.
Okay. So you all managed to press on. And you manage to just work through the
It's those goggles.
intense heat. You kind of have this vision that you need to get to the pillars of thirst, and you can't let this heat weigh you down.
Right.
All the wind that's now pouring into your faces. You continue, taking the occasional small sips of your water flasks of what water you have that remains, quenching your dry lips and the thirst and the immense heat of the Mexican dunes. A gust of wind washes over each of you suddenly, then another, as you see the sand grains beginning to spin. Before you have the time to react, the skies darken as you realise you've become caught up in a dust storm.
Love a dust storm.
Well, yeah. But like, form a huddle, everyone together, and just be like, well, it's happened again.
Yeah, you've got goggles this
So
time.
we've got goggles this time. Everyone cover your faces, and then we'll do what we did last time, and everyone just hold on to the bag of the guy in front, and we'll just press on through. Everyone good?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, just I've done it before. Through one
not
hand,
our first rodeo.
one hand on the bag of the guy in front of you, blah 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 blah.
Like elephants.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
literally,
I have done this. I've tucked my beard under my goggles.
Okay.
and then just I'll just keep us on track.
Okay. So you continue to move forward and you use your hands to shield your eyes as you press on through.
No need. We've got goggles.
This seems
Our hands are free.
this seems different though to the dust storms that you previously encountered. You don't feel any pain. It might be because of the goggles and the various fabric you're using to cover, but it's not pushing you off your feet either. Rather, it's like a constant struggle to move forward, as if a great weight was resting on your shoulders. You press on. Your vision begins to become harder and harder to see, but you'll continue to try and move forward. Each of you give me a perception roll.
Mega goggles.
I use my fancy lens.
18.
Thank God I use my fancy lens.
15.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
22.
Jeez. Okay, so you keep each
What is
other.
going?
I'm like, hello, motherfucker.
You keep each other in sight then, and then as this dust storm continues to wade forward, you begin to see black, like a darkness that begins to just swirl and form around each of you.
Can I do an Arcana check? Because I'm thinking this is some magical shit.
Go for it.
That's an 18.
18. So you can see it doesn't necessarily seem like magic, but it seems like
Unnatural.
something. This isn't part of the dust cloud. And as you're looking around and you begin to glance left and right, you suddenly realise that the rest of your compatriots aren't around you. And one by one, as you're looking around as well, you are still with Fenrir.
Yeah, he's like
because
on
you're
my
on
back.
his
I think.
shoulder.
He's
at the moment.
alright, yeah.
But as you look around as well,
I'll just check for him.
you can't see the rest of your compatriots.
So no,
But we were
And Norman,
holding
you can't see the rest of your compatriots.
Oh, crap.
We were holding each other's bags though.
Sorry?
We were holding each other's bags though, weren't we?
Were you holding each other's bags? Sorry.
so-
you actually were.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
the
sorry.
elephants in the sand. So
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
like I'm leading.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So as everything does go dark, you literally can feel your hands still on the bags,
You can,
but
so
you can't see each other at all
but
at this
you can-
point.
We're still okay.
I'm just going to say this. You're saying natural. There's something off with this storm.
I store my monocle back in my pocket. Do I know that I'm still heading east?
Yeah, from your rough directions, you think you still know where east is.
I will. Are you behind me?
Yes.
So I'll put my hand behind me to check Fenrir's hand's still there, which it is, and I like tap his hand, and then
Pass it on.
yeah, and then sort of like, you know, I'll check
Yeah.
he's with me,
I'll
and then
tap
yeah,
yours.
and then you check
you
mine.
Okay.
You know, check down the line, check everyone's there, and then move on.
Carry on. Yeah,
I'm
go
just going to keep taking a
Keep
steep.
going.
Yeah. Because the thing's realistic, there's no point in just standing there. We may as well just keep pressing
Yeah.
on.
Whatever this is, we'll just try and get through it.
Okay, you keep pressing on. And as you continue, you give me an investigation as you're on the front.
So, how much you all want to bet that this is what took care of the last guys I came out in this direction?
It's only a high possibility.
Solid bet.
So leading the party moving forward, even in the darkness, you see something glinting on the floor, just immediately in front of you.
Okay, well I pause and I go down. I'll touch it with my rapier to see what it is.
Okay, so you crouch down and you press your rapier, and you can see it looks like a glass vial.
Okay, I'll pick it up gently.
Okay, you pick it up. You pick it up very gently,
Or just in
glancing
case it's
with all the sand still cascading your vision. You can just see that it's an uncorked, empty vial, and right at the bottom of it, with the very last tiny bits of residue, it's like a black, barely visible residue clinging to the vial.
Can I, even with the sand, I'm like,
Trying to smell it.
smell it.
Yeah. Okay. It smells really acrid and really disgusting.
Have I smelt it before?
If you've dealt it, my friend. If you've dealt it.
We did it, everyone. We made our first fart joke.
It smells of decay.
Nice. Dead juice.
Smells like a very piercing, arduous. It smells a bit like the stench from the box that you had originally stolen.
Oh, that's sort of like, okay.
Crime guy. He's here to do more crime.
Crime guy?
Necromancy bullshit.
So there's still liquid in there, eh?
A very tiny amount.
I will put it in my top pocket, away from the monocle, but I'll try and keep it stood up, because I'm thinking if we stop, at least everyone can be like, I was like, you know, what the fuck is this? Because they're going to have a better understanding than I am.
Okay.
So, I mean, put it in the top pocket, make sure it doesn't tip over.
Okay.
Keep the monocle on the little bit of string in the inside pocket of the jacket, away from it, and then I'll just keep pressing on.
Okay. You continue to press on, and give me a perception test.
Can I use the monocle or no?
Not at this moment because you put it back in your pocket.
That's fine.
If you want to keep using it, you need to keep it on.
Well, yeah, I'm just worried about dropping it. 16. My eyes!
If only you had the monocle.
You should keep the monocle, yeah, that really helps.
The monocle, Jesus.
Do you realise you'd have to buy yourself a prop monocle?
23, yeah. I'm going to bring one to it. Yes, 23.
You hear very lightly, but you hear
Okay, well,
coming
stop.
to literally to your
Stop.
left hand side. And you stop.
Fenrir just walked straight into your back.
Where I stop, and then Fenrir's next to me here,
Oh, hello.
and I'm just like, I'd like one,
and then sort of half gesture in the direction, and then I'm like, and then sort of nudge Fenrir.
To be like, "Hup, stop. Is there something?"
Like,
Okay, then as you I take it, you're looking in that direction.
Yeah.
Then. So as you're looking in that direction, you suddenly see coming from this dark cloud. You see this little scaled snout, probably about the same size as Moss, come through, all in robes, and he has 2 blades, and he comes forward to attack. The initiative, please.
Oh wow.
Oh damn!
oh,
It's that guy!
What did you do, Brad?
Oh, nice.
Nat 20.
He's done it.
Nice.
I see everything.
What did you get?
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Plus 1.
21.
Okay,
I said.
20 as well.
20.
Oh wait,
Okay.
I've got my super special thing where I can just reroll again.
Okay.
Why not?
Pardon?
That's even worse.
Yeah!
I'll take the first one.
Victoria.
8.
Oh, wonderful.
I rolled a 3.
No.
Oh,
Zero?
yeah.
13.
I have
My second
max,
one was a 5.
max dex, and I still roll a 3.
Okay. So, Norm, you see this strange scale little creature with 2 blades coming out and trying to slice at this moment in time it's Via Torum who's leading the pack. What would you like to do?
Oh.
Nuke the fucker.
I say this little scaly boy.
Little fighty boy.
It's safe to say that it's definitely an intelligent. Like it's a people because it's a humanoid.
It looks like a small humanoid.
Yeah. So I will make it fall asleep. Cast sleep on that fucko.
That's great.
So
See that?
do I do what
Yeah, good plan, Batman.
So 5d8.
Go to sleep.
8. Last one. I have 28 sleep points. Is that more than his current hit points?
Yeah, okay, so as the Cabal's coming charging through, you just see Norm, and then the Cabal just to the sand.
Just ignoring deep speech. And I'm there like,
What just happened?
I think he's out.
Just completely out.
Good job, Norm.
can I
that was
hear
it, that-
anything else?
That was it.
You can't hear anything.
Just
else.
tip on his.
Just the one.
That was it.
Oh, let's take a look at this little shit.
Yeah.
Just kick
Yeah, I
him
was
over
going to
and go,
say.
I'm just gesturing down to them with my staff and I'm just saying, rope!
Yes. I take both blades off of him.
Yeah.
And I give them to
So
Moss.
they look like quite
Yeah.
like
that like
they look
Moss
quite like
Hang on.
rusty, shanty blades.
Yeah, I give
Sheaves,
them,
please.
and then
Pretty much.
then I'll tie his hands together. He's the same size as Moss.
Yeah.
Or can I just like tie him to my belt then?
Yeah,
I was
carry
gonna-
it.
Yeah, he resembles a short dragon.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
That's
cold
kind
one.
of
Yeah.
cute.
can we keep him?
You should collect animals.
Yeah, we need
We're
a
going to
big tug.
recondition him. Programmer's mind.
Collect people! That's something we all
The
do
group
as a
name
team.
needs to be
That's
something about an
It's
art.
like our own version of Pokemon.
So-
We've got ourselves some magic up.
Well, as you're carrying,
We have a Charmander.
I've got moss
as
on my
you're
back.
carrying Moss, do you want to carry our small lizard friend?
How small is his friend? You've already adopted him.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna go.
Okay.
We'll ask him some questions when he wakes up.
I will.
If he wakes up.
One of
See
them
if
would
I
be,
can carry
do you
it.
want to join the
Okay.
Jackson fight?
No.
8.
Okay, so you
Try to pick him up. You can't.
yeah, you try and lift him, but even like for you, he seems a little bit.
I'll give it a go. Why do you wish better? 7. Seven's pretty heavy.
So you try and between the two of you, you can lift him up. He's a
Well,
lot
we've
heavier
got
than
him
he
on
seems.
rope, so
Yeah, okay, borrow this one.
just
Try to belong.
Bambi chain.
Okay. They can just Bambi chain.
Okay, so
Well, use your staff as a spit. Spit.
So
what if I need to put him to sleep?
I could use sleep as well.
Just dunk him over his head. So if those two, because we're having this conversation
He's tired,
in the huddle,
so
because this is still hammering over. So the plan is, we've got the rope out, we've tied him down, we're going to hold the rope between all of us.
And he's now suspended in the middle.
And we suspended him in the middle.
He's now part of the chain.
But we're still going to keep going in chain form.
He doesn't want to be. He's part of the chain.
He is.
He's part of the chain.
Welcome to Jackson.
Hello, friend.
5.
He just wakes up all there.
Welcome
to the Jackson 6.
our Lord Saviour.
Behold,
Would you like to join?
Jax.
Just like open the jug out.
Just lift Jackson out of the water and he's there.
Jackson doesn't like it.
He just put him
He's
back.
accepted you.
He's spoken.
You are now welcome into the family.
Jesus.
Yes. So single file, right between us. Keep pressing it east, even with our lizard thing in tow.
Okay, so you begin to press on. Give me an investigation test as you are in front.
I really thought I'd be better at reading this, but oh, banging 26.
26. Okay, so as you press on again, you see in the very short distance another glinting sort of vial. And you crouch down again, and you see the same black residue that's barely remaining at the bottom of the glass cylinder. You know that it's not as dusty or sand covered enough to have been here for that long. If anything, you'd say that they've probably been placed here maybe a few hours ago.
They're in the same track that we're leading to. Okay, I slipped that one in my pocket as well, because that's just going to help the other one stay up. So I'll just put the other one in, and then keep pressing on it, but I'll keep an eye out for them now. Because I want to see if they're getting closer, if that makes sense, if we're gaining on whatever's dropping them.
Okay.
Because if something's drinking them, and it's like incremental, I know the time between the first one and the second one. I want to know if the distance between the second and the third, we're gaining on them, if that makes sense.
Okay, so you continue to press on. The darkness is still in front of you. It's still hard to see. But the dust storm's also still raking and becoming so intense. You glance around for any more of the vials. And then, up ahead you hear a loud...
Okay. It's just a grunt or something shifting in the sand?
Just a growl.
Another friend.
You look up in front.
Didn't need a big
You look
rope.
up in front and your eyes catch sight of what looks like two green orbs that are glowing in the near distance of the darkness. Roughly, you think these orbs standing in the air about 8 or 9 feet high.
Close enough to be eyes? Close enough to each other to be eyes?
They seem like they're probably close enough to be
Shoot
eyes.
it in the
Could I
eyes.
do a perception check with my monocle to see if I can see what it is?
Try, yeah, sure, go for it.
Oh, bang.
I like the sound of this. It's
23.
already paying for itself.
Okay.
Sir.
It is paying for itself.
You put the monocle on and you glance and squint, and you make out what looks like a large silhouette. It looks like a huge beast, but it looks like it's got something else in its grasp.
Right.
Something humanoid.
So it's got a human in his hand.
Possibly. You're still too far away at the moment to notice fully the darkness.
Is it stood up? Or is it hunched? Or
It looks slightly hunched at this time.
does it look like a dinosaur holding something in a tiny hand? Or does it look like something big holding something?
It looks like something big
Holding something. Sick. Huddle time. I explained to everyone, I'm like, right.
we have something ahead of us.
Bear with me 1 second, because I'm going to do something that's going to make me a bit more visible to us.
If it is a bear, I think we're fucked.
A bear?
A desert bear.
Do I know how rough it is? Like,
How rough it is.
what size it is roughly?
So you think that this
How
thing
rough
is
is
roughly around about, could be 10 or 11 foot. Or...
Big. Yeah.
That's quite big.
It's quite big.
That's quite big.
That's big.
Seems it sounds nearly 4 foot taller
Say,
than you and
I need the internet, you bastard.
What do you need?
I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on the fucker.
Oh.
So the distance and the only problem you would have of casting that on it
20 feet.
is that you're further away than 20 feet from that.
Well, when we get closer.
Roughly you're about 50 feet, and the darkness is going to give you complete disadvantage on.
No, Fairy Fire doesn't care about magical darkness.
It's just one
Or
next
targeting. You just.
It just illuminates it.
Okay.
No matter what. That's what I
Okay,
was gonna
so...
do.
Right, so... The plan is, Seal, I get you close enough to do it,
Yep.
and then... I suppose... we just see who reacts quickest when it comes to attack us.
If it comes to
If it comes to attack.
Have you tried making friends with it?
I could try, but it seems to be making friends with another humanoid.
You hear the growl again.
Do I recognise the growl?
No, you don't. And
Oh, that's Bob. I know.
you begin to hear.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's that humanoid gone then.
Oh, yeah.
Whoops.
So if we pressed on, we might have saved him. It's getting sandy in here.
Should we not perhaps
Flangle?
circumnavigate the situation?
Yes, we could potentially do that, but if we want to head east, I've been picking up these, and I just show them the 2 vials. I'm like, I'd quite like to know if it's the creature in its grasp that's drinking them, or the creature itself that's drinking them.
Right.
And then I just show you the vials. Do any of these guys have a better idea than I do?
Can I roll Arcana to determine the evil stinky juice?
Sure.
Evil stink juice.
I did
have
not
guidance
choose a
on that as well.
poisonous kit, so I don't know.
I thought you were going to say that. That's why I had this handy D4. Ow!
Handy spike in my pants.
He loves it there.
Roll a spike.
Bloody help though, was it? 13.
13.
He's a DM and still has to look where his thing is.
So so the residue, it seems like, well, it's not necessarily a spell. It seems like it's a concoction, alchemical. But it seems to be creating the properties of a spell called darkness.
Darkness.
Oh, so there's things drinking it and that's what's making darkness.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's go find out.
You might be overthinking it there. It might literally be a matter of.
Well, I've come across 2 so far.
Well, then it's probably keeping using the.
I want to double check that we still got our lizard friend on rope.
Yeah.
Do we still have our captive?
Yeah, you still have it.
Do you know what these guys are? They're crime guys. Because they're using the liquid darkness to ambush people to steal their shit.
So what do we think that is?
I think that's the boss.
I know it's a weird thing to do, but our little captive guy, could we, like, smell his breath and see if it smells like death?
You can take a sniff if you want.
I'll hold his jowls over.
If you want to kiss him, Femra, there's easier ways to get around it.
So
Does it smell like death?
The stench smells like something unnatural. Something that shouldn't be eaten.
Okay.
So out of game, we know that kobolds tend to work for some
Yeah.
big creatures. They're like minions of the big creature.
Yeah.
So you
In game, would we know this? Kind of like
I think
kobolds before?
that might be quite well known, mightn't it?
Yeah.
they
tend to
know
work for bigger
that
monsters.
these things are
Sort of like
whatever
lower
they
age.
are.
They're minions, yeah.
They have a boss.
Well, the question is, do we press around or do we just deal with whatever this is?
It's going to be a bit of an odd job when we can't really see him, and not assuming he can see us. I mean, I'll be able to put a light on him, but it ain't going to be an easy fight in darkness.
You up ahead, then you hear it.
Oh.
It's alive.
Oh.
We've got to help.
Silly sod's got himself caught.
We've got to
Oh,
help.
fuck, it's Fenris here. Right.
Got to help.
Well, that's that option taken care of then. Right, looks like we're fighting it.
Alright then, and I clamber down from
Spell magic.
So you heading forward?
Yeah.
Okay, so you head straight forward then towards the large silhouette. And as you get closer, you begin to see the darkness that just begins to cease, parting like a thick mist. And right in front of you, a fair way away, but still in front of you, now getting clear vision, you see a huge, sand-encrusted, hulking creature with a large, pointed, warted nose, yellow, claw-like teeth. It looks your way and just roars. And you see a startled traveller that's caught in its grasp. The man is sun-kissed in appearance. His eyes look fearful as they catch sight of each of you. He opens his mouth as if to shout for help, but even before he can react, it's too late. In a moment, the huge monstrosity snaps the man's neck in a sickening twist, wrenching what life it had left.
Bad monster!
The body falls limp before you onto the floor, and the thick thud of flesh and bones as this man now lays crumbled. Next to you, you can see a dead horse that seemed to be the poor unfortunate soul's transportation. Looks like he was riding this way. You hear a hornman in the distance go as this creature shuffles and turns. He looks your way one last time, his orbs locking with yours, and then you see him begin to dissipate and turn to sand and just vanishes through the dust cloud.
He's fucked off.
Well, I'm glad that was fucking terrifying.
That's a bit disconcerting. Is he going to reform behind us, or?
Do I know which direction the noise was in?
So it looks like it's directly east.
That's directly east where the horn was.
Yes.
Sick.
I'm going to go and try and have a look at this fella and see if we can work out who he was.
Okay, give me an investigation test.
And we're still in like sort of the eye of the storm. It's not dark.
You can still, it's
natural
not
20.
dark anymore, you cleared through, but you can just see
You
the
knew
dust
him.
storm is still billowing.
He's my friend.
I knew him so well.
Natural 20.
20. So,
Struggling.
You're not supposed to be here.
it's my riding instructor!
Tarquin, is that you? He said you were dead. Well,
He is
right
now.
Looks like, so he's this sun-kissed individual. He looks like he's potentially a traveller, wrapped in similar robe and similar wear and garb of the people that you saw in Odesska.
Yeah.
Searching around on his body, you found 2 gold pieces, and you do find a decanter of water.
He's a milk salesman. Half and half, mainly.
On the horse, however, you find a satchel. And opening that satchel, you see a short bow and 6 green glowing arrows and 6 red glowing arrows.
I'm just going to hold him up and go, ooh, shiny.
Do I know what they are?
You can give you an Arcana test.
They might know what they are.
Oh, I'll help you because they're shiny.
I potentially know what they are. I'm 24. So would you like my help? Would you like to help me? Can I get something for
That
a
is
30?
enough.
Can I get something for a 30? Just 30.
30 won't help.
We top out at 30.
So,
Yes,
the green
no one-
glowing arrows are 6 acid arrows. And the 6 red glowing arrows are fire arrows.
It's like Zelda. Lovely.
So putting these facts together, it seems like this man was potentially a hunter, maybe.
A ranger of some kind.
Potentially.
Ranger
Maybe,
danger.
maybe he was on his way to try and sort out the tower apart. But didn't.
Oh God, what if he is?
I'm just gonna kneel down to him. Sorry we can help you, fella. Hopefully these will help us on our way.
You see that he looked exactly like Ranger did.
I think he said Tarquin earlier. I thought you were going to say it's my other rangers. Dead. Ripped in half. Just like, oh God.
I feel like I know that guy.
I feel like I know this guy. He hasn't got any like. Is he an elf or is he human?
That's
or-
human.
He's human.
Yeah.
Okay. He's got no like marking, like guild marking, nothing like that. Then.
Nothing that you can see now.
Okay. Well, yeah. I suppose just letting the desert take him is probably going to be the way to go. Yeah. I feel a little bit sad that he's a ranger. You would have thought
We could give him a proper burial. Although the sandstorm will probably do that in the next 5 minutes.
Yes, I was going to say, I think the sand's going to bury him for us, and before we get buried, we have another problem. That horn is in the direction we're heading.
That's a good thing, isn't it? It means we're going in the right direction.
It means we're going in the right direction, but it also means that bloody sand things there.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a bit of a guess here. Either it's summoning him, as in someone's commanded him to go back, or there's something else up there and he's going to go and sort it out.
Well, you two are our resident magic guys. Have you come across something like this before?
Oh.
I'm not really from
Heard of something like this
Sand
before?
This is nothing you've ever encountered.
Cock it.
I mean, there's all sorts of stories of the desert, but
Yes. I once heard one once of a white guy that was born in Jerusalem and went around turning water white.
I heard the same one.
Yeah, complete fucking nonsense.
Never did hear of what happened to him afterwards. Anyhow, shall we
Yes.
make our way?
Push on. Keep on east.
I'll keep these arrows unless you. Well, you seem to use musket more.
I was going to say, can I load both of them?
What, the pistols?
The pistol
And
and the musket. Yeah.
The rifle. Pistol and the musket, yes. You begin to. You can load it.
I'll load them while I'm here. Because I was going to say, I suppose, I think readying ourselves is probably a good idea. Even though we're carrying that small fellow.
Let's get
Oh,
on
he'd
that.
definitely be awake by
Yeah, I
now.
was going to say you were probably waking up as you minute, isn't it? So
He's still. You've been traipsing on for a little bit longer, and you set him to sleep. So sleep lasts for about
A minute.
a minute, which in real time.
not very
Yeah, no.
in a combat, it's an age.
Yeah,
Outside
no.
combat,
Okay.
it's not an age.
Okay, no, good point. So, you do hear that as the little
Should we have
patriot
a little
you
chat
have.
with him, or do we not just knock him out?
I feel
Can you
like we
speak?
should maybe get out of the sandstorm first.
Yes. I lean down to this small lizard creature. I'm going to be blunt. You have two options. You either toe the line with no weapons, or I leave you tied here in the desert.
Give me an intimidation.
It wasn't intimidating. It was a 50-50 choice.
You can have some
Boy.
guidance on that as well.
Gonna need it. I've got a 6.
Add a D4.
That was like
I mean, you get a 10 maybe.
That's taking it to a 9.
Okay. He kind of casually tied up with the rope. He looks up to you and goes, "Don't matter about me. You got more nasty things to worry about."
Alright then, see you later, bye.
Bye.
Yes, we've met the large creature just moments ago.
Him. You got Great Knack to worry about.
Good conversation, right? And then I just
you mean the tall thing with the glowy eyes that we just killed?
No. You not kill him. You not kill him.
Yeah.
And you not kill Great Knack.
Yeah.
Did you not see it? Nice jobs.
Give me a deception.
You can have guidance for that as well.
I could go for a persuade.
Let's convince the little shit we killed him.
plus a D4.
22.
22.
Plus a D4 just to even cement the point that he's definitely dead.
25.
So he kind of looks like he's questioning what you were saying. He's like, "You not kill him. You not kill Great Knack, even if you kill him off. You not kill Great Knack. He don't come out here.
Who is he?
He's who leads us.
He's what?
He's who leads us.
All right. And what is he?
He's one of us.
What is
One of us.
that? My height. Your height.
Just because we're small doesn't mean we pack a punch.
Alright, but you just pack a really small punch.
That's true. But see, we've got this chap here, and his hammer certainly packs a punch.
Yes. Stand intimidated with the hammers going.
Yeah, you can probably see it's about the same
Do you
size as
want him to
him.
try it out on you?
Just press it into something.
No, not really.
I'm gonna go for an intimidation. I'm gonna slam my hammer
Right near.
right down next to him, so it's like it's there, and he can see it's about the same size as him.
Alright, give me a
Torturing this poor bastard.
Awesome.
I'll give you guidance,
Intimidation
but I don't
plus
think you do
5.
it.
21.
Okay. As the hammer slams down, he goes, "Wow!" Just this billow of like sand and residue just spilled everywhere. And he goes,
Oh, my friend.
Yeah,
we
give
have
us
another
another
choice for you.
Yeah.
You can embrace.
Jackson 5.
Embrace the child.
A different path in life.
I just started opening the jar.
Order of the jar.
Behold your Lord and Saviour.
Do you have a moment to talk?
Jackson. No.
He will put you on the path.
So what was the choice? Jackson?
What was the choice?
What I was actually going for was trying to scare some more information about his leader out of him. Ideally. If you wanted to.
I'll say to him, again, like we said before, we can leave you to the wills of the desert and see what happens. Or you can come along
And help.
and help. And maybe we'll be the big boss now, eh? And you work for us.
take it. Take my chances in desert. You don't want to mess with Great Knack.
Why?
As he's more scary than you.
How?
He got brains.
I'll
Where?
just point to Norman. Just put some whispers in his head, will you?
Okay, I'm going to cast message at him. This is here's me using brains, putting words in your brains.
Can he do that?
Okay. So he hears message in his head. And is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Okay. Then I'll immediately follow it up by casting Acid Splash right next to him as well. I could also do that!
He looks like he's shitting himself.
I am Normand.
Yes, Norman here is more scary than anything your big friend could possibly ever be.
Or small friend.
You don't even know what he's capable of. He talks to you in your mind. He chucked acid on the floor. He makes acid rain from the sky.
Give me a deception.
Can I give him a help by like going along with it? Like when he's saying like acid from the sky, just go like.
Sure.
19.
Okay, sure. He looks fearful, but there's something that's like still seemingly something is instilled immense fear in him, and he still seems hesitant to begrudgingly. He doesn't necessarily want to come along with you, but he also knows he's pretty helpless. So he just seems to cower.
So he's giving off more the impression of the fact that he's afraid of this thing, more afraid of it than being left alone in the desert.
Yeah.
Color me intrigued enough to maybe try detect thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Soon as I remember how that spell works.
He's not going to tell us specifics.
Does it give you an idea of what this creature is, detect thoughts? Can you see an image with detect thoughts?
I suppose if he knows what it is, yeah.
Yeah, I think if he's thinking about this thing, he'll be able to see it in his mind's eye.
Visualise as well.
In fact, I'm gonna cast it anyway, and if he's thinking about this big bad boss right at this moment, I'll learn the surface thoughts of the creature.
The surface thoughts, so as another what it's picturing.
Yeah. And then I'll follow up with the wisdom saving throw. It has to roll.
Okay.
To see if I can get any additional information.
Juicy information.
Juicy details.
So yes, mind flayer.
So yes, my eyes rolled into the back of my head. I was like, speaking.
That's not a beard, that's tentacles.
We're putting on the performance now. This is a real performance now.
Okay, so you see seemingly hunched over a table, surrounded by what you imagine or what it thinks are sort of glass jars bubbling away with liquids and solutions, and you see the long snout of similar to what it looks like, but it's all dark black scales. With hunched over with a little robe that seems to be covering half of its facade, and it's just got this sickening grin in its face. That's whatever it's doing. Whatever it's concocting and playing with. It's
So somebody's
It's
making
like a
this
scientist.
thing. Some sort of alchemist.
Yeah, interesting. He could be what's messing up the water.
Okay, can I roll a wisdom saving throw, please? See if I can figure out anything else about him.
Natural 1.
Oh wow.
So, no.
I'm good at this!
So, what else are you wanting to?
A name,
Make some-
perhaps. Yeah.
We just learned his name, didn't we? It's
Oh, yeah.
Grognard. I'd like to see if I can figure out what this bubbling bullshit is in front of him. Maybe initial guess. Is he just a fancy alchemist lizard?
So you see.
Is that his deal?
You see just a clip of it almost seems like the reason that this scaled creature is so scared is you see this what you assume to be this Gricknack he speaks of throwing a canister, it splashes and burns, and you see all the other similar draconic looking creatures cowering and whimpering away as this Gricknack seems to be lost in some sort of monumental speech as he's pointing his finger at each of them.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, that paints
I also had the big brain moment just now of Oh wait, we've just been dealing with magical darkness potions obscuring our visions. Of course this dude's a magic man.
Magic.
Well, that was disturbing.
The great Norma spoke. He has seen your thoughts. But he is willing to offer you mercy, are you not, great Norma?
Am I?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Small lizard type.
Look, this Grognak potion man that you're afraid of so much. Like, but just... is he in the Tower of Thirst? Is this where you're held up?
Yeah.
Well, we're going there anyway, and nothing's going to stop us. Because I really need a win at this point. So, if you help us, we'll free you and all of your friends from Grognak. As well, I'll make sure that his death is painful, if that's what you want. See, he was being really mean to them. I was seeing him abusing them and throwing goo at them.
I believe you, Norm.
So we'll get some revenge.
I'll take you there.
That's good enough for us. I mean, you could be the new leader. You could be in charge of your friends.
What's your name?
You could be the hero that freed all your friends.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Call me Snaggletooth.
Snarltooth.
With a double O-F. Tooth.
Tooth.
Snaggletooth, saviour of the whatever the hell you are.
I'll unbind.
Fire Scale Tribe.
I'll unbind his legs. And I'll unbind his hands as well. It's not going to be a problem. This is like 5 foot.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll just
daggers now.
I'll just be like booting him. So, yeah, I'll just unbind him, and then I'll just sort of sit him upright and just be like,
Lead the way.
right then, I'll be behind you, obviously, and then.
He sort of holds at his wrists now, they're freed.
Yeah, you follow me.
The whole time he was talking to him and saying, look, we'll follow you and stuff, I'm going through all his pockets, making sure he's got nothing else that he can use against us. Any more potions or anything.
Pat him down, basically.
Yeah, give him a pat down.
You do pat him down, and he doesn't seem to appear to have anything else. It seems like whatever he was doing out here, he was sent out with minimal gear.
Okay.
When I follow him, we're going to set up single file again with the whole bag thing, so we don't get lost. And I'm not going to follow him wherever he steps, if that makes sense. If he's going east like I know we should be going, I'll be following him. But if I feel like he's veering off,
deviating.
yeah, if I feel like he's deviating or he's leading us towards something, I'm not going to follow him blindly. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Okay, so you see, as you begin to follow him, he saunters off and hops and skips and trips. He seems not necessarily happy, but he's maybe some of those words have sunk in, and the idea of getting rid of this nasty creature seems to
becoming the new leader of his tribe.
And he begins to begins to lead you through the dust storm. And eventually, as you continue to follow him, you see two glowing orbs once more in the distance, seemingly flickering this time.
Oh.
And as you get closer, and you continue to head towards those orbs, he sort of leans towards you guys and motions you to follow him a bit more as he continues to keep heading that way. You follow cautiously. And you feel a cool breeze pass you by as what little parts of the darkness remained are now completely gone. Just clear skies, well, apart from the dust storm. You see then that before you, the two orbs are in fact torches that are burning bright and set atop two braziers either side of a rocky path leading to a very huge, large stone pillar. The kobold points to the pillar then, It looks around you and goes,
Thirst.
Ah, Tower of Thirst.
Nice. We made it.
glancing upward, you take in the sight of the huge pillar. The pillar looks more akin to a round tower, grand in size and beset with ancient chiseled warding runes, bereft of the upkeep, so much so the runes are barely visible to the naked eye. You pick out one area of the structure that seems more unnatural. A large gaping hole seems to have been exposed high up. Scanning back down the pillar, you see a series of stone steps that lead to an archway that forms the entrance set between the two flickering torches. Just laying limp, just before you get to the arch entrance, you see a body clad in heavy armour, motionless.
One of those knights.
The crude bolt impaled in its eye socket. The fabric loincloth betraying the symbol of Diathus. And the symbol being a tome bound in chains with angelic wings outstretched at the side. And that loincloth blows in the breeze as the twin signs cast down on you all. Whatever has done this appears to be the side.
Sure, I'll fuck it up. It's fine.
And that's where we'll hold it.
Okay, so
Thought we made it to
Nice.
this one.
And we've made it to the pillar.
we made it to the
And we've got a new friend.
potentially.
Yes.
New
Friend.
friend.
Potentially a new ally.
We have an asset.
Yeah, we're going to leave him in charge of the place. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Yes, well done, you guys. You've actually got to the Pillar of Thirst.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Goggles were a good idea.
Goggles were a good idea.
Very
Good job, Randy.
idea.
My eyeballs are so fine right now.
Yeah. Just say good idea.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Well done.
Constant navigating in sand, isn't it? It's just constantly like, oh, it's dusty again.
Methinks we'll have to get used to it, considering we're currently
In a desert.
in a massive desert.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, one saving grace is when we get to Bass, it's a sea, isn't it? So I imagine
Might be
they have like
slightly less
walls
sandy.
and stuff. So,
What if, like, roads?
yeah. Oh, roads.
Concrete.
So, Jadizra is also a city as well, you've been told. So
Yeah.
there is that to look forward to.
Yeah, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, let's see what happens next time on Channel Devonity. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Look after each other. Goodbye.